maybe OJ's. Don't be going crazy when they see me sitting sideways on them 24. Bunch of hoes, bunch of money, bunch of clothes, cigarillas out the mold, gliding like an ice skater, motor like a slide nose, suicide drop those, mono blocks, top mode, customize that, cause the mono block stock low, sensei, done key, how wow, in the play, heads up, when you see us, we gon' put it in your face, raised on sky in the yellow, when I blaze, boy, smell that but haze, ain't the nigga to sell, I'm the dude with the metal, they get hot as a kettle, from messing riding with some cat that ain't got it together. Flousing, breaking out the intersection, crossing, three with an acting the his ass on them bounces. SUC in the dough, MOB on the place, pull up in the driveway, leaning and I'm sitting.
Sideways, boys in the days, sitting sideways, boys in the days, sitting sideways, boys in the days. On a Sunday night, I might bring me some days.
Busy body. What? Webby. Trillion T. Young Savage. Paul Wall. Man, I got busy bodies all over the motherfucking world. Baton Rouge, Texas. I'm out here getting money, nigga. Leave that Texas. I'm out here getting money, nigga. Trillion T. Young Savage. Look, Young Savage. Black, hat back, fat killer bag of that. California with a Pocahontas to the fat cat. Fat back, she got a old man, but we ain't sweating at a fat stack. I make them heaters eat them like a Big Mac. Sucking on my nuts and shit, rubbing on my six pack. My finger in her button shit. Now she busting nuts and shit. Long dick, fold her up, she feel it in her guts and just take it out, fix it, scrap until I had to switch position. She a busybody, so you know I gotta keep her busy. Bring her to the click and let her suck dick until she get dizzy. She can leave, I ain't tripping, I was finna put her out. Call another busybody, bring her in and work her out. Hop up in my big body, swerve it out to the house, to my main boo, hide the rubbers, turn my phone off. Make love to her, that's my girl, so we zone out. Go to sleep, wake up in the morning and bust on
Now
out.
she say that she really wanna play, yeah, but she never on her best behavior. Cause she always shaking what her mama gave her. But all she really want for me is that paper. Cause she a busybody, 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 she a busybody. Lil' mama off the chain, though, from her head to toe, working that head bob, she swallow it and never choke. All I wanna do is smoke, all she wanna do is fuck. She don't love me, she just here cause I got some bucks. When we done with it, that bra gon' be on the way. Back to the hood, bitch, I see that ass another day. That girl get around, all work, no play. She stay on her knees, but trust me, she ain't there to pray. She wanna play her with paper to come save her and move her downtown to a high-rise skyscraper. Put that thing on me till I can't even walk. Right now she got a mouthful, so baby can't talk. Hey, she stay busy all day from getting busy. Lil' mama is out of control, just like Missy. Straight up busybody, that girl is a dime, and I've been fucking with her for a long time, baby. Now she say that she really wanna play, yeah, but she never on her best behavior. Cause she always shaking what her mama gave her. But all she really want for me is that paper. Cause she a busybody, 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 she a busybody.
Lottie-dottie, I need a busybody who gon' ride that dick like a new Maserati. Moan and groan, she can't keep silent. Kick both legs in the air like a ratty. She'll move them out when I'm up inside it. Perky lips, she's so exotic. She got that vibe like a hot diamond. She really get the hacking off a cup of gin tonic. Beside all that, she work full time and independent. She don't need a nigga to help her with jack. She got her own cheese and own investment.
Them hoes hate her,
Big ballers in the city
won't date her.
She know about my baby mama.
They're faithful,
If you holler, she gon' say that
she taken.
I got a baby mommy and a busy
Now she
body.
say that she really wanna play, yeah, but she never on her best behavior. Cause she always shaking what her mama gave her. But all she really want for me is that paper. Cause she a busybody, 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 she a busybody.
ballin', still ballin' in the mix. It's that 6'6" long dick slim nigga sticking your chick. Pulling tricks, looking slick at all times when I'm flipping. Bar sipping, car dipping, Grant Wood grain gripping. Still tipping on four hoes, and no packings, blowing on that endo. GameCube, Nintendo, 5% tint, so you can't see up in my window. These niggas don't understand me, cause I'm boss hog on candy. Top down at Maxis with a big Glock 9 handy. Pieced up, creased up, stand dressed to impress. Big boss bell buckle under my Michelin S.O.
And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Mark.
Sheen Washable.
Nope.
Okay, Quick Souls.
Chris.
The Master Chris Massey.
Hold on. We need a better name than Chris.
Also, we gotta move your mic a little closer.
You gotta make out with it, unfortunately.
_y.chris on Instagram. Follow me.
Y.Chris.
Chill Cuz on Xbox. Add me.
All right. The Master Chris Massey.
I wish you just said Chris after.
And the Red Baron.
Wow, that was pretty intense.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so welcome to another live edition of Getting Sports with Drunk with special guest Y.Chris. So Y.Chris, I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay, Y.Chris.
You took up mine too.
Coming in hot.
So let's just dive into it. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about in the first hour. So around the horn, the starting lineup. Around the horn and starting lineup. Actually, we have to do it around the horn because we have a new private stock. Who was the supplier of this private stock?
Sewell's.
Sewell's? Sewell's, why don't you tell us what the private stock of the day is?
So we all, well, not all of us, but me, Kendall, and I'm just going to call him Chris. I forgot his nickname already. We went to the liquor store near Kendall's house and saw the glazed donut. $10. I said, why not?
This bottle was $10?
$10.
That should tell you exactly what we're going to be drinking.
You should see if you can send the cap back and it'd be free.
So that's what I mean. Like,
Well, no, it's $10 because it's on closeout because it's probably not good.
so it does say on the top, finished with the cap, send it back.
No, now you just send it back. They don't give you anything.
Then what's the incentive? I got to pay the postage?
No. You go on their website and they'll give you the thing you print out the postage.
We should all drink a shot together, like at the same time.
Ooh, I like that.
Because I never had it. Because we never had it.
All right.
So we're gonna pour these, or so while they're being
I
poured,
was going to look up the cap thing.
So while they're being poured, we'll go ahead and we'll do the starting lineup. Souls.
Didn't know you did that.
Yeah, when did you put out 5? Like,
No, like these things.
Souls.
What?
yeah, what?
Starting lineup.
Oh, well, today from Thomas Hooker, my second favorite brewery, behind Black Hawk, of course. Until I find that damn beer.
I see it.
I have no filter. It's a India
What are you
Pale
drinking,
Ale. A New England Pale. Yeah, New England India Pale Ale.
Say that 5 times fast.
India Pale Ale. India Pale Ale. India Pale Ale.
No, the New England part attached to it.
A New England Indiana Pale Ale.
It had tropical fruit juice aroma.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
It do smell like a glazed donut, though.
Kyle gave me 5 cups for 6 people.
Hey, I'm not good at math.
All right.
MAF. Math.
Math.
Mass.
Mass.
I'm drinking water.
Come on, man.
I'll break into the fridge later.
Or you could just do it now.
I could, but I'm not gonna.
God bless you.
Maksheen.
I have a repeat beer from last week from back east. So I left the house, got too far away to go back, was told I left my beers on the counter.
Ooh.
So we're doing a repeat.
You could have the fairs.
No. From Back East Brewing here in Connecticut, I have the Infinite Universe IPA.
Deja vu much?
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Chris?
It's looking good, though.
You, Chris.
Which one? Oh, me?
I also already forgot it. It was white out, but I couldn't remember what the other part was. So white out, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, white out, Chris.
So this is Hadoken, whatever. Shiban IPA. Kyle grabbed it, and I just said, fuck it. Then had to get the kiwi strawberry Snapple. Buy it like every day.
All right.
Jeff used to drink a lot of Snapple, and he got kidney stones. But it was the tea. That's not tea. It's more of a juice.
I don't like the tea.
It's a sugar juice.
I be feeling it.
Sugar juice.
Baron?
From Smutty Nose Brewing Company. Mysterious Haze.
Name me 3 other beers.
Mystery Haze did sound better.
I like Mistress Haze.
Mistress?
Mistress Haze, a sensual, sexy New England IPA. 6.7% alcohol by volume. I'm trying to remember. The first Smutty Nose I actually had with you at
what was it?
The Smutty Nose Classic.
No,
I don't know.
Smutty Nose Classic. Finest Kind.
Was that what it was?
Yeah. They also make Old Brown Dog. And then my favorite, really old brown dog.
That's an awesome beer name.
Yeah. Speaking of dogs, Mass.
Nope.
The fuck? Why not, Chris? Have you ever seen All Dogs Go to Heaven? Like even as a youth?
I haven't.
That's all right.
Safe. Must be something with the
Now,
name.
if we had all asked you to watch it by the time, like say you were on next week, if we asked you to watch it, would you watch it?
Because y'all asked me to.
Like, if you don't, you have to do gross shots. That's the kind of the incentive.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm watching it then, yeah. We're watching it then.
I have from Omnigang, I have the 20th Anniversary Ale, which is a bourbon barrel-aged Belgian-style dark ale.
Very classy looking bottle.
Yeah, I think it comes in a canister. Just make a cool pop sound when I open it. Almost dropped it, but it made a very loud pop sound. Toast of Excellence. I'll go first. Mine's to Luol Dang.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, coming back. Coming back.
Yeah, I hope.
He said he about to drop 25 a night.
Probably could.
Last All-Star appearance. No, he probably going to do us like the Lakers. Well, no, he got a minimum contract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he signed a contract to retire as a Bull.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Stop
I think
talking
he's the most underrated player of his time.
I believe Omar Sy played his time, so...
So that
See what happens when you bring up that name? Just leave it on. That's fine. We'll fix that later. Kind of wish the mic was on. Like, I couldn't sound. Anybody have a toast of excellence?
I do.
Is it to Jacoby Ellsbury?
No. Mine is to CC Sabathia. Called it a career today. I mean, we can kind of go around. Do you think he's a Hall of Famer? I do.
Yeah, as an Indian.
I'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Why as an Indian?
He was
Just to
better
ruffle your
Indian.
feathers?
He was more dominant as an Indian.
Think so?
I think if he went in...
Kyle's like, oh, someone's actually combating me? Oh,
I don't know what happened.
He said, do you think so?
You don't know what happened?
I don't know.
My earphones are so, like, low, I can barely hear. But, or he could have been as a brewer.
So you're not going to
He's
answer
not going in as a brewer.
So we're
Why
just
not?
negating the
Because
he's
question.
not.
We're going to talk about him not answering the question and then just still not answer.
Yeah, he's a better Indian than a Yankee.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't ask the question.
I'm just looking at everyone.
You're not. At that point, you still only looked at 2 people. There are 3 others.
He had more dominant years as an Indian than he was a Yankee.
Now
He
you're
fell
looking
off
at
pretty
nobody.
quickly as a Yankee. What?
Say it with your chest, Souls.
I'm sorry.
What's your toast?
My toast is to Stubby Clapp. He's the
That's a
next
real
Pirates
thing.
manager. Well, he should be at least with that name.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Awesome. I have one.
Oh,
Mine is Greg Olson calling an NFL game on his bye week.
again. This is the
Again.
second time he's done
Yeah.
that.
He did
Tell you
last
what,
week.
he's good at it.
Yeah.
He's a good announcer.
Because the first time he did it, there was all that controversy. Like, oh, he's looking at plays. And it's like,
But he can watch the game at home. Like
It's such a ridiculous.
What game did he?
he announced the Giants game.
Really?
Yeah, and I tell you, he is really good.
Better than Witten?
Yes. Witten was awful.
You would be better than Witten.
Well, hold on.
Wait.
I'd like to see Shannon Sharp do one with Deion Sanders.
Baseball game.
No, hockey.
I don't know what you're talking about, Deion. There's no ice here. It's not funny, but I thought it was. Go fuck all you.
Wow,
So
crap
go
on your own
fuck
joke.
all y'all. Mass?
Mine is to Aaron Donald for making Devonta Freeman look like a little bitch.
You mean so like what 6 other teams have done this year?
Well, picked him up like a 3-year-old and just kind of credited him after Devonta took a swing at him.
He's not even that good, Mass. Relax.
Right.
Do you have one?
Mine going to go to DeJounte Murray and Buddy Hill for getting their money today.
All right.
Now, Buddy Hill got to bring the Kings to the playoffs, or I need some of that money.
I'd like to see the Kings in the playoffs. I think Kendall's the only known hater of the Kings that I know.
I like the Kings.
They're good.
He only likes Peja Stojakovic.
You like the Lion.
They're
What
good.
a hell of a name that
They're
is.
almost there. They're almost there.
All right.
All right.
Oh, we're gonna get to watch his high school football game on.
We're gonna do the shots first.
Nice pop.
Oh yeah.
We can do
Oh yeah, we'll do the shots.
Pretty bummed
All right,
about this, guys.
gentlemen.
Pretty bummed about it.
Around the room. Around the room.
There we go.
Salo.
Happy private start.
It's not
I mean-
terrible.
They had a strong emphasis on the glazed donut.
It's not good.
I got no booze.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Burns.
just, like if they ever made glazed donut Windex, that's what we're dealing with right now. It had like
that's
cleaning
that,
solution.
that
taste.
rubbing alcohol.
I would pay $10 for that.
glazed donut Windex.
Everybody's
this.
face did the same.
Now that is a good size bottle for $10
Y'all-
though.
Is that Kyle flinched but watched it? He's like, "Oh, let me move." Oh,
Well, I
shit,
didn't
still
want to
gonna
tip
hit
over
me.
the beer.
He didn't move to the side though. He just moved straight back.
But like, we all had the same face during that. We all like,
Oh, that's happening.
Did it spill?
Mass, how many Jenny Craig points is that shot?
Not sure. We'll figure it out later. Doesn't matter though. I made my worst decision since I've been on the diet. I housed an entire Domino's pizza by myself today.
Go get a fucking beer. Are you kidding me?
Listen. You said that was today.
Yeah.
Oh, so today's a wash.
Yeah.
Today's already gone.
Yeah.
So
In the toilet.
you might as well make it as worse as you can and start fresh tomorrow.
You know why being friends with Kyle was so effortless when I first came into the group? Because I was friends with Mass first. You know what? One time I was working until midnight, and Mass and Kendall went to every fast food restaurant in
That's
Willimantic and bought like 3 of everything.
That's true.
And I got back to the room, and my oven was just covered in fast food. They're like, we can't do it anymore. just eat whatever you want.
Can't do it anymore.
This is a true thing that happened.
I mean, we bought so much.
That was
so many loaded
That was
grillers.
actually Kendall actually got mad at me because I'd never had a Whopper before, so he made me take him out, and then it just turned from getting Whoppers into getting everything.
Yeah, it was really weird how it kind of just unfolded. It's like, you never had a Whopper? And next thing you know, we're at Taco Bell. After that...
I got a good Burger King story.
Hold on. To be fair, Taco Bell was literally right next door to Burger
This
King.
is true.
I got a good Burger King story. So
Yeah.
the other night, I went to BJ's, not the sexual act, the wholesale club. And
You could do both there.
yeah, I know. there was a couple people doing
Still
both.
have to have a membership, though.
Yeah. But so we were going to Burger King after because we were hungry. And Samantha was like, let's go to Burger King. So I was like, all right. So we're in the drive-thru line and about to pull up. And she goes, I want an Impossible Whopper. And I just looked at her. And then the person on the microphone was like, what can I get for you? And I was like, nothing. And just drove off. I was so mad. I was so mad.
I tried one the other night.
Well,
So
we tried.
he brought one
Like-
here and it
Yeah,
was
full-
cold.
I brought one on
Full
the show for
sandwich.
us.
Had one. I'm like,
Wasn't good.
Like, it's not bad, but it's bad.
Oh,
Well,
Like-
Max, you also brought us a cold one. It tastes like wet cardboard.
I don't know what you want from me.
The aftertaste
A warm
is,
one.
is
A
hot
not
one?
it.
Like, hey, I bought this yesterday.
Figured we'd try it.
I'm not spending good money for you guys. I found it in the dumpster out back.
wow,
Oh, damn.
we paid good money for you.
That's true.
What
This
are
is
your
becoming
wedding?
entirely personal.
What have you spent money on him for?
Well, Paul, my fantasy lead against you was just extended. No, it wasn't. Never mind. That was Sony Michelle.
All right. So, anyways,
Dude, who cares? What's more impressive is that I started Joe Flacco and Noah Fant against your brother, only put up 5 points, and still beat him by 50.
His team didn't put up 70 points this week. They failed to put up 70.
that's bad.
In Kyle's uncle's league that I'm in, my entire team, nobody broke 8.
Oof. How much is that league?
I don't know, Kyle, how much is your dad paying for me to be in that?
50.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks for the invite to that one, Kyle.
Yeah.
My uncle's like, not mine. He was in it last year.
That,
So,
that doesn't strengthen your
Why, she
argument.
could lose
All right,
to me
Max, current
again
events,
in
go.
another league?
I was going to go NFL
Yeah.
recap first.
That's current events.
All right. So, NFL recap.
Oh,
Well, hold on. I extended my winning streak against Mock this week.
I hate fantasy football so much. I just hate it.
I think it's like 13 in a row.
No, I beat you once last year.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. 12-1.
Stupid.
All right. So,
We got to kind of vamp. Kendall's hustling.
What?
All right, Mass, tell us about the NFL.
Upstairs now. So to go over the week, we had the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills.
Louder, Mass.
Why am I going louder?
Skittle's playing music.
Come on, tell us about the games.
Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Jacksonville wins. I hate you so much.
All right.
I'll stop.
No, keep it up. Keep it up. Week 7 in the NFL. A lot of upsets. Thursday Night Football. Chiefs, Broncos. Chiefs lose Patrick Mahomes for up to 3 weeks with a knee sprain, but still dominate the Broncos 30-6.
Joe Flacco looks like a statue.
Moving on. Sunday games, 1 o'clock. The new-look Rams secondary with Jalen Ramsey defeats the stumbling Atlanta Falcons 37-10. The Buffalo Bills keep running dominance in the AFC East alongside the New England Patriots, beating the Miami Dolphins 31-21 on an amazing onside kick recovery for a touchdown.
That was one of the coolest plays I think I've ever seen.
The Jacksonville Jaguars in Minshew Magic continue to decimate the Bengals season, winning 27-17. The Minnesota Vikings win a barn burner with the Detroit Lions 42-30. Kirk Cousins, another dominant game. The Oakland Raiders hold true to test with the Packers for most of the game, but fall short 42-24. Aaron Rodgers, 6 total touchdowns.
Decided to play football again.
The Houston Texans start falling flat against the Andrew Luckless Indianapolis Colts. Are they for real? Sunday showed so, 30-23. The Arizona Cardinals continue their trending ways, winning 3 straight against the New York Giants 27-21. In the second shutout of the NFL season, the 49ers blank the Redskins 9-0 in the wettest bowl ever. The Los Angeles Chargers continue to suck ass as they drop 23-20 to the Tennessee Titans. Earl Thomas gets his revenge, and Marcus Peters finds joy in new home as the Baltimore Ravens beat the Shrieking Seahawks 30-16. The Chicago Bears fall flat in an offensive sputter against the New Orleans Saints 36-25. And on Sunday night, dem boys looked like they returned to form as Dak Prescott and company led a 37-10 routing of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Can I tell you?
That was pretty good.
You guys ever see like a high school football game on TV? That's pretty much what the announcers sound like.
Wasn't expecting a suck ass.
All right, here's the thing. I want you to put the same song on, right? I'm going to go through and I'm going to recap every single game from the MLB season. That would take a very long time.
Yeah.
You think I could get it? You think if I just went nonstop, you think I could get it done in 5 hours?
How many total games are there?
100.
Yeah, but total games.
Yeah.
Like including postseason?
Just regular season.
Because you can't just do 162 times 30 because they all play each other a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, because if you do
Total of 2,430 games plus the postseason.
So, like, I don't know if that's true.
That's what Wikipedia says.
Oh, okay.
So it's true.
They only ask everybody for donations, so they have to be reputable.
I think 5 hours you can do it.
What was the number?
2,000 plus.
2,430.
Yeah, give him like 5-6 hours. He'd do it.
If you went as fast as
How
you
many
just
MLB
did,
teams are there? 30?
30.
No.
Can't take no breaks though.
Yeah, just nonstop.
Non-stop.
Sounds about right. If you divide it by
Give me
30,
water.
that's 81 games. So, you know, divisions because you play each other a lot. So, yeah, that might be right. All right, we could do this.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Extra long show tonight.
Could you find a 10-hour loop of green onions for me?
Can I have you? Of course.
Rebecca, that's a terrible shirt you're looking at.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. It's for work.
So, Mass, you wanted
Terrible
to...
shirt.
Oh, Mark, I meant to tell you, WWE.com has a lot of Funko Pops, including a limited edition WWE.com exclusive Gold The Rock 20th Anniversary of SmackDown edition.
What? Is it overrated? Like he is?
Yeah. It's $19.99. It's an expensive pop.
They put a Christmas sweater on Thanos today.
Yep.
So it made me upset.
Did you buy that one?
They have it. No, I don't have it. But they have a
bought these
snowman, Captain America. They have a Groot holding a present. They had one last year with Deadpool and 2 candy canes instead of swords.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
So
They had it in FYE today.
Souls, like the breeze. Souls and Mass have taken it upon themselves to decide the 3 games that are worth talking about most that we just recapped. So
All right,
take it away, boys.
Go, Mass.
Figured we'd
Got 3
start
games.
We'd start with the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions. As Riddler said, Kirk Cousins comes out and has himself another fantastic game.
Every time I put my arm up here, that sign comes down and cuts me.
Probably should stop doing that. Rather than play it safe, I believe late in the fourth quarter, instead of chewing out the clock, Zimmer goes for a long shot to Diggs that ends up working out.
Play action.
Yep. Which the Vikings have started playing a lot more of, and it's really starting to show in their scoring, as evidenced by the last 2 weeks. I really think that
This season for me for the Vikings has just been the same thing I've been preaching. When their offense plays great, their defense sucks ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, their defense should have been able to stop the Lions. Like they've been playing well, but the Lions don't have anybody spectacular on their team except for Stafford.
They couldn't stop Marvin Jones. He scored, 4 touchdowns?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but nobody on their team is spectacular. They have a lot of like superstar type guys, but no spectacular. They don't have any take over the game by themselves type people.
Yep. Another takeaway is that Adam Thielen exits the game early with a hamstring injury. He says he'll be ready for Thursday Night Football, to be determined.
Who are they playing?
Thursday night.
Forget it. I don't want you to stop what you don't go.
All right. Well, they are playing the Washington Redskins.
Who cares if he's ready?
They'll probably just sit him.
Yeah, just take the bye week.
I mean, the Lions don't look awful. Their defense was struggling against the play action. I still think they need to add some pieces, especially back in the secondary.
Darius Slay is overrated.
Yeah, I would.
He plays for the pick, and it burns him more than it helps him. They need more Champ Baileys and less Asante Samuels.
Agreed.
Dalvin Cook had another day on the ground. 25 carries for 142 yards. Scored 2 touchdowns. Continues to look like one of the premier backs in the league as long as he stays healthy. Oh, yeah. Anybody want to chime in on anything?
Well, I mean,
that's what I think about both teams.
Agreed with what Paul said. I mean, the Vikings were in the driver's seat all day, and the defense could not, even contain. And no disrespect to Marvin Jones, but they couldn't keep a number 2 receiver kind of under wraps. So,
You see that sometimes though in these games where, the number 1 draws the number 1 corner. So if Xavier Rhodes is on Kenny Golladay, like the number 2 corner isn't always that great. And Marvin Jones is a good wide receiver.
I think Xavier Rhodes is overrated too. He got burnt.
They all get burned though.
No, but he got burnt like regularly.
He's an old man now, right? Xavier Rhodes.
You must have been happy seeing Eli Apple go down.
I mean, I wasn't happy about it.
You love injuries.
No, I don't. Only sometimes.
But anyway, the Vikings defense, which was touted, to be, what we thought to be pretty good, has kind of been wishy-washy here and there, and so I don't know if it's going to be, how it's going to go for the entire season, or if they're going to get it together. But sometimes I guess the division games it brings more excitement.
While we're talking about the Vikings, I think I have a screenshot I wanted to talk about tonight because it's hilarious. If the Vikings win this Thursday against the Redskins, Kirk Cousins will have a winning record in his career. Right now, he'd be 40-39-2. So right now, he's 39-39-2 for the first time since he started 1-0 back in 2012.
So we all know what that means.
He's going to get the win
on Thursday.
I thought that was hilarious.
I saw something. Hold on. Wasn't about the Vikings. Doesn't even pertain to any of the teams we're about to talk about. No, never mind. Go ahead. You can.
All right, anybody want to add anything else on this game?
I just like the way that the Lions' offense has been playing this year. They have 2 very young, promising players with Galladay and Johnson. I think as they get stronger this year and next year, I think they'll be right in the mix in the top of that division.
Do we have an injury update on Carrion?
He said he's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Oh, well. All right, moving on. Second game to talk about, Oakland and Green Bay. Green Bay looks like they actually might be a playoff contender for the first time in a couple of years. Many made noises about Rodgers and LaFleur's relationship in the beginning of the season, during preseason, all that fun stuff. Have the Packers lost a game yet? Yeah, they lost one. But I mean,
I found it just real quick. Under Belichick, the Patriots. This isn't like I said, it's no relation. Under Belichick, the Patriots have a winning record against every team in the NFL except for one. Whoever can guess it gets to assign a private stock. If nobody guesses it, you all have to do private stock.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
You think the Dolphins have a winning record against the Patriots with Belichick coaching?
It has to be like a sleeper team.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody.
It has to be a sleeper team.
The only team that continuously beats them every year.
Yeah, but think about it.
It's got to be.
No,
a team,
they don't.
It's got to be a team that they
that
play.
They don't play that often.
Right, like the game, like
San Francisco.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
No.
the Carolina Panthers.
It is the Carolina Panthers.
Wow.
So you can pick someone to do a private stock shot.
It had to have been a team that they don't play often.
What's the record?
I don't remember what it was. I just never seen it.
Was it? Because I'm sure career against the
Looked it
Dolphins,
up.
they're like 130-6.
I'd like to give it to you, Mr. Mock.
Yeah, thanks. You
I
rat.
also saw this thing too. Somebody twittered Jay Cutler and said,
You suck.
"No." What do you have to say about Mitch Trubisky? And he go, "I threw the ball far, like really far, like fucking far. I missed that. People would come out from everywhere to see old Smoke and Jay swing some skins indiscriminately. QBs today are too worried about mistakes and throwing picks. No one gives a fuck. Just let that puppy fly."
You know, I was cracking up. I was listening to a bit of
That guy right there.
Rich Eisen's
I love
speech
Rich
the other
Eisen.
night about Trubisky, and he's like, you know, I don't think this is a real stat, but Trubisky definitely leads the league in throws that he should make.
Yep.
Or something like, you know, he should probably make that throw.
All right, so anyway, go back to what you're doing.
So Green Bay looks like the real deal.
Yeah.
They're on fire lately. Aaron Rodgers, I think, threw for over 400 yards, threw 6 touchdowns. Not a lot of ground game for Green Bay. I think Aaron Jones only had like 50 yards or something.
Well, they only
like that.
ran it 12 times.
I mean, they didn't really need to
Well,
because
that's the thing. You can't blame a guy for getting 50 yards and 12 carries.
I don't.
Why?
You know,
What if all 12 carries went for 50 yards?
No, you send it down.
That'd be a lot of yards.
Well,
Yeah, 600
well.
yards. Please,
Send that cup back.
Yeah. But I don't think that the Raiders looked as bad as the scorebox suggested. Carr hasn't looked fantastic, but he hasn't looked horrible.
You know, he got bit by the same horrible
I hate
touchback
that
rule. He fumbled. He dove the end zone, fumbled, hit the pylon.
Did he do it twice?
Yeah, it's the second time he did it.
Well, that tight end for the Raiders is pretty good.
I got a question. Barring this is like all. I know it's all going to stem from safety, blah blah blah. But really, just I want you to think about it. In the NFL, if a running back breaks up the middle and runs into 2 linebackers and keeps churning his legs, and the offensive line comes up from behind him and keeps pushing him until he falls down, he continues to gain yards.
Correct.
Even though there's no safety in that, correct? Because everyone could fall on and break a leg. There's no safety in that.
Yep.
Usually they blow the play
No,
dead.
they push it all the time.
As long as they're
I watched
push-
it several
as-
times in several games last. Yes, sir.
As
If-
long
if
as
they're moving,
yes, as long as they're moving. If
No,
they've
but
stopped,
because I've seen times where because it's forward progression is stopped. So like I've seen times where he gets pushed and he's still churning his legs, and someone runs up and pushes him to give him another boost, and they keep him going. Because you see it all the time. You see every season. You see a running back get stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and then an offensive lineman comes up behind him. He got stopped. There was a moment in time in which he was not moving forward. But when a running back breaks up and gets into 2 linebackers, and the safeties come down and push him backwards, but he's still fighting for the yards. Like, he's still trying to break out of the tackles. Even if they get him back 10 yards, he still gets the spot from forward progression. He should go down.
Well, that's a newer thing in the past 10
No,
years.
I understand that, but
I agree with what you're saying.
Because if the running back is still trying to fight for the yards,
if you're fighting for the yards, you should get back to wherever you end
right?
up.
I agree with that. If he wraps you up, and then another guy comes in and pushes you, and then you guys stumble backwards 5 yards, that's different because you were wrapped up. But if you're fighting with the linebacker trying to move forward and he's trying to push you back, If the offensive lineman comes up and pushes you 5 yards forward, you just picked up 5 more yards.
Yeah.
But if the safety comes and pushes you backwards 5 yards, you don't lose any yards on the play. I think it's bullshit. Make the NFL unsafe again.
All right. Does anybody have anything they want to add to that game?
Now let's get it go. We got a big 9 o'clock hour.
We're gonna hit this game real quick then. Chargers at Tennessee. Tannehill comes off the bench to replace Mariota. There is no noticeable difference. So I think that says everything that needs to be said about the Tennessee quarterback room.
Well, he won.
He did.
That's noticeably different.
Lost.
I think it's the Chargers lost more than the Titans won.
The Chargers are just missing Derwin James more than they thought they were going to.
Oh, yeah.
They're missing Derwin James more, and it's taking Melvin Gordon a lot longer to get back into football shape than people were hoping.
I would say he's kind of losing his credibility from that holdout.
He's definitely lost his credibility. I think he fumbled, 3 times yesterday?
Yeah, but that's just getting into it. If he had the preseason reps, he would have been...
I think he needs to undo his dreads and go with the Ben Wallace hair.
But I mean, even still, he came back. They haven't won a game yet. They were jiving with Eckler. I don't know. It doesn't look good.
It just gave backs a reason to not hold out. And NFL teams more ammunition. You hold out, we don't need you, we can replace you.
Masses minutes?
Masses minutes. All right, so new segment we're going to be doing, recapping everything.
For like 1 week, and we're going to fucking forget about it.
No. Going to recap everything that we missed from Monday to Monday. So on Tuesday...
you want the Sam Spence music again?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Monday Night Football.
Tuesday, Rams made a flurry of trades. Most notably, traded Marcus Peters to the Baltimore Ravens for a bench linebacker and a 4th-round pick.
That got his chips, too.
Yeah.
The linebacker has a name.
Kenny Young. All right, happy. They ended up trading a conditional 5th-rounder to the Cleveland Browns for Austin Corbett, a bust of a 2nd-round pick. And they ended up trading 2 first-rounders and a 4th-round pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars for Jalen Ramsey.
Notice you didn't say anything bad about him, but you shit all over the other guys you guys got.
I mean...
This piece of shit fucking linebacker, garbage asshole, bust 2nd-round pick. We got Jalen Ramsey. Guy's pretty good.
Did you guys get any other pick back with Ramsey?
We might have gotten like a 5th-rounder.
That's what I mean, like a 5th or 6th.
Yeah, we might have gotten something like that back.
There's 2 first, a 4th for Ramsey, and a 6th.
Okay, thank you.
You guys have no 1st-round pick for the next, 8 years.
Well, they
No,
said
that's not true.
since Goff, they haven't had a pick unless they trade in for,
It'll
5
be 5
years
years.
since.
Yeah.
But, I mean, on the other side of that, I mean, if you trade them for established players that help your team win, it's not really a
since all
loss.
the trades, Marcus Peters is doing better.
I think both teams won that trade. Marcus Peters was not a fit for Wade Phillips' system. Was a zone corner. Routinely got burned. I think Marcus Peters had 3 interceptions in his time with the team in 2 years. Gets traded to a primarily zone team. Gets a pick 6. Wasn't a fit for the team. Not a bad player. Ramsey comes in yesterday after missing 3 games and holds Julio pretty well, for as well as you can expect to hold Julio. Was aggressive, lets Phillips do a lot more with the scheme, lets the pass rush get developed. I think both teams win the trade. It just gets scary for the Rams down the line when you start wondering how they're going to pay all these guys. You got 30 free agents next year and $30 million to pay them all.
Right, and I understand your concern, but this is a win-now team. So if you guys go out and win a Super Bowl this year, does it really matter? Do you guys want to win 20 straight Super Bowls? Ideally, everyone wants to win 20 straight Super Bowls, but that's not realistic. If you win now with the squad you have, then great.
I don't know that there's enough talent, and the NFC West is a division that has no losing record in it right now.
I mean, it's a super tough division. I agree. It's competitive. It's fun because it's kind of the division that turned out to be not what people expected.
Yeah.
So in that regard, it's fun. But if this is what it takes for you guys to win this year, then I don't see anything wrong with it.
Right.
You make the sacrifice, and then that's it. You know, you can't pay everybody, but you got the hardware. So
I just want to use the bell.
Oh,
All right.
was that a mass minute already?
Yeah, it was. All right, so next topic. Celtics just signed Jaylen Brown to a 4-year, $115 million extension.
That means Gordon
like that.
Hayward's moving on.
I like that.
What do
I
we
like
think?
I think it means Gordon Hayward's moving on.
Good value, overpay?
No,
get
good
him
value.
Nah, that's good. I like that.
I think with Kemba as kind of like a younger point guard, you know, because not that Kyrie, not see, I like to say a younger version of Kyrie because they're different players, but like Kyrie was more experienced, had a little bit more wear and tear on the body.
Yeah.
Not that Kemba hasn't. I mean, he's pretty much carried the Hornets his entire career. He's been there, but like Kemba's like the perfect point guard for this like younger like gunning team, and I just think that they're gonna. I think they're gonna deal Hayward to continue to get this youth thing going because they got the young head coach that's arguably the best head coach in basketball, and just keep it going. I mean Hayward started coming into his own again at the end of last year. I mean, I think that if he can return to 75% of what he was as a Utah Jazz, I think that team can be absolutely unstoppable. But I also think that they could get a lot of return for him for a lot of teams that need another scorer.
Then you could probably keep Hayward though. Like if you get like it's gonna take you like a year or so to get back to what you used to do. So like you can have him close games,
right?
Because he's experienced. So
I think they could benefit from either way.
Yeah.
I just think that like I wouldn't be surprised if I found out in the next 2 months that Hayward was going to like OKC.
I'll give him this season though. They probably let him go next year.
Like I could see him going to like OKC or like a team that like still like wants like they don't want to commit to the rebuild. They want to like because like OKC is like we have Steven Adams and Chris Paul. Let's just get that. We'll have our own big three.
Or just go back to
It would
Utah.
be great 3 years ago.
Fits right
I
in.
mean, he could go to Utah, but Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He go to
Like an all
Dallas.
white starting five. Like the first time since like Glory Road.
I think he go to Dallas. He'll do good because that way you won't need him to drop 20 a night.
You know where else
So
I
he
can
could
see him
just
going?
stay comfortable.
Miami.
Yeah.
Because they're just kind of missing. Like, I mean, they're kind of like that 8 seed range right now. Because I mean, they have Butler, but that pretty much ends there.
It's also
Nah, Tyler Hero's gonna be special.
But until he proves it, until like he consistently does it. But even if Tyler Hero steps up, it bumps them to what, maybe 6. If they can get Gordon Hayward, that could the East. Who knows? I mean, you have the maybe the Celtics sputter a little bit, or maybe they don't figure it out right away, or maybe the Sixers have injury issues, which is not unrealistic for that team. Or maybe the Bucks just take a step back this year. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him go.
All right.
To the Bulls. I don't want him.
Yeah, nah. I don't want him on my team.
All right,
I want
so
Darren Fox.
a little bit of controversy in the American League Championship Series. Astros stealing Yankee signs in Game 3.
Speaking of this, did you see that the umpire that did the game, like the ALDS or whatever, or the NLDS died?
Yeah, he died.
Wow.
Like the guy that just did the he died. Like he had a massive heart attack and just died.
Holy shit.
Yeah, very sad.
Shout out to Kyle for his first Instagram post.
Pretty funny photo.
That guy's in jail.
Is he?
Yep.
That ref? Yeah, he's in jail for
He got
fixing
caught
games.
for fixing the game.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
What were we talking about?
The ref that was the ref that was the head referee for both of the LeBron Wade Bosch Heat finals that they won.
He had massive bets.
Yeah,
and he was trying to fix the game.
Yeah, there was massive bets.
How much time you even get for that?
Well, he got like 10 years.
Yeah, you can get a lot of years for that. Because it's essentially
Paul
like
Crew got it.
It's like a. All right, Mass, start your timer over. Let's do this one again because we're not talking about Paul Crew on the show. The guy that played for the Hollywood Steelers.
All right, Astros caught stealing signs in Game 3. I don't know. Does anybody feel like this should be?
It was investigated, but I thought it turned out that they weren't. Like, here's the thing.
I didn't hear this, to be honest with you.
So it came out, but I mean,
Hide your
everyone
signs
does
better.
this. Everyone does it. If you figure out someone's sign,
good on you.
Good on you. Like, I'm sorry, get over it. Change them or hide them. But like
I'm not gonna like teams that I coach figure out my signs. I don't care because they're not gonna throw them out anyways.
Besides, kind of calls him on a cell phone. So.
Steal! Because all the catchers suck. But
tipping pitches, or I'm sorry, doing
pitch is different.
I know that. I didn't mean to say that. But if you have a runner on second, like giving the sign, that's a little different because that to me is just kind of a little more bush league, I guess. But hide them better. Don't blame your opponent for figuring out what you guys are doing, and then beating you with mask it. It's stupid. But yeah, I thought they investigated and nothing came of it because they were claiming that Astro players were whistling.
Yep.
Or something, but from what I saw, it turned out to be nothing.
Yeah.
But hide your signs.
Yeah.
Hide your signs.
All right. Joe Madden agrees to a 3-year deal with the Angels to become the club's next manager.
Welcome to the World Series.
It doesn't shock me.
Great signing for the Angels. Just an okay signing.
I think it's a good signing.
I think it's beautiful because
that team needs character.
There's no more Cubs in the postseason.
Madden's a good coach.
Yeah.
And and
honestly, to be able to smoothly make the transition from coaching to announcing Monday Night Football to coaching again in a different sport, it's incredible. All while keeping a historic football franchise video game alive.
I like that. But you see him with the Cubs and what an immediate impact he made. If history holds true, I think that maybe that can take,
Well, the Angels are only a couple people away from being a playoff team.
Yeah. Maybe you can inject that whatever they need.
They're just two more Mike Trouts away.
I do think Garrett Cole ends up there next year. But that's not the point. I think Joe Madden should.
The Yankees might throw a lot of money at that guy.
Joe Madden is a very good coach, and he brings a lot of character to the team, which they kind of lack of.
So, and on the other side, again, Madden's a good coach, but the Cubs team that he kind of inherited was also built for this. Yeah, so Epstein went in there and drafted made moves to build that what could have been a dynasty type team, and Madden led it. He don't
Just
get me
like
wrong,
you guys
he's
know
good.
that Jeff and I are the only ones currently in the NBA draft room.
Oh my!
Also, whoever has the first pick is the managerless team.
Yeah,
that's her.
It's Rebecca.
So she hasn't accepted it yet.
No, she accepted it. It's just her name.
Oh, idiot. She's probably gonna do something stupid like pick Anthony Davis.
I'd prefer if you didn't. I like that guy.
All right, moving on. Mass, let's go.
It says my thing's not valid.
All right. So Kings offer and sign Buddy. Is it Buddy Hield? Hield? How did you say?
How do you
Hield.
think?
Hield.
Buddy
Hield.
Hield. Buddy Hield to a
Hey,
4 year.
Holmes?
Buddy Hield to a 4-year, $86 million deal. No, that's not right. Is it right? Yeah, that's right. With $20 million in incentives. I feel like the Kings might have gotten away with a good one in this.
It's good, but I don't I wouldn't give a player something. We didn't make the playoffs. You didn't do nothing for us yet. You put up numbers. But
they're committing to the rebuild. They're committing to the pieces that they started this rebuild with.
Yeah.
Being the future of their team, which I don't have a problem with because a lot of times, for the most part across sports, we don't really see that. We see teams start the rebuild, and then they kind of trade away some of the rebuild pieces that they've used to get the better pieces.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always work. The
Pirates,
right? But the Kings, the Kings have the ability to go from being one of the worst teams in the NBA to being in the playoff hunt till 2 weeks to go, to being a legitimate 6-seed contender this year, to if they keep drafting right, and now that they're going to start winning, and they have these players that have continuously improved, attract the free agent. Because that's what a lot of teams just try to the Lakers. They're a big one that does it. The Celtics, they're a big one that does it. Mm-hmm. A lot of these teams, they just go out and it's we're instead of doing this whole regular rebuild thing, we're gonna buy the rebuild. We're gonna buy it and get the rebuild now. LeBron, AD, Gordon Hayward, Kyrie. We're gonna bypass it. We're gonna get right into the mix right this second. And it doesn't always work out because the people that you attract on those offers are the ones that are gonna go somewhere else for more money later.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't disagree with it. I think it's not like they got a steal. It's not like they got gold for bronze. Like they paid for what they got. Like he's,
I mean, they give him 86 mil. They ain't like they give him like some super.
Right, they didn't give him a super
They give him
max,
a
and like
max.
you said, they didn't do anything for him. He hasn't taken him to the playoffs, but him, Bagley, De'Aaron Fox.
There were reports that he wanted somewhere around 115 mil.
Yeah, I
The
seen that.
NBA is,
But it's
the
more
most
money in
ridiculous
it's
thing
more money in
the
the
world.
league now.
The NBA is like playing Monopoly with yourself. It's just like, oh, I'll give you $5 billion for Connecticut Avenue. All right. It doesn't make sense. It was a stupid reference. I'm mad I made it, but
I like
but it was just dumb. I tried to think of like some of the worst properties. I
They
think
put-
Connecticut Ave's like one of those first.
Baltic. You're talking Baltic.
Wow,
Ave.
Baltic, baby.
But like, I mean, the NBA is just like it's like a cartoon.
It was a time when $90 million was a max contract.
Yeah.
Like now it's like you would get 250 mil over like 5 years.
With
That
like
was
a player
awesome.
option after 1 year. It's
Yeah, like you
ridiculous.
could take that, go to a team that you want, and they still have to pay you that money. Like,
The Bulls made you see the Bulls made a lot of exercise a lot of their options today. They exercised the 4th year option on Markkanen, the 3rd year on Carter, and the 3rd year on Hutchinson.
Hutchison barely even played, or like he played 16 minutes a game.
Really
Like,
funny. Kyle, we were playing a Bulls franchise. We made like an all Bulls team with me and Kyle on it. Just being really erect every time Derrick Rose throws me an alley-oop.
I can do that.
So, Souls, do you have an opinion on?
Kyle, you know what pick you have, by the way, in the draft? All right, Kyle.
hold up.
10,000 points, you don't take Jokic with the second pick.
Let me go check.
I give you 10,000 points, you take Jokic with the second pick. What's up next? We covered enough.
Rebecca's not gonna be able to draft, so I have to assign to the team. You're gonna have a good team, better team anyway that you're not drafting.
Wait, what do you mean you have to assign to the team?
Because it's too late to like
Will it auto draft?
yeah.
Oh.
Auto draft.
Oh, who cares?
Well, I mean,
feel
you'll
bad
get
that you
you'll get good players though. It's just going to take best available.
Yeah,
I'm picking
you'll be
fifth.
fine. Just
I mean, you're going to be.
You said eighth.
Once you get back to back, baby.
I guess it was. too
Kyle
late
didn't do
for
a
me
snake
to do
draft.
it.
No, it's fine.
I
She'll,
just
she'll-
assigned.
All right, next topic. Let's go. We got it.
All right.
All right, draft starting.
Wizards signed Bradley Beal to max contract.
Rebecca has Anthony Davis.
This is my opinion on it.
Knock you out.
The two other NBA lovers in the room can feel free to chime in.
What do you got?
The Bradley Beal max contract signing was essentially saying, hey, guys, whoever wants him, he's locked up for 5 years.
Well, even if they wanted to trade for him, they can't till after this year.
But I'm saying, though,
Yeah.
but like it's like, hey, guys, he's locked up.
It just made his value a lot more net worth.
What?
Net worth, 2 words.
You guys know what I'm saying?
Network.
The
Maybe
Human
it's
Network?
He's been at a few networking events the last few weeks.
Jesse Eisenberg? Is that his name?
No.
Souls? Any kind of
Hezekiah
interaction?
Heisenberg?
We've talked about NBA like 4 times. You haven't said a word.
I was trying to set something up for her. I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
Talking to Bradley
Keep going,
Beal, huh?
I just think the Bradley Beal signing was good for the Wizards for 2 reasons. One, when they decide to trade him, he's going to get a lot more value. And 2, it's going to make him.
Yeah, I figured, Mass.
He's going to get a lot of playing time, a lot of points.
It's only for 2 years, so that's good. Like if it would have signed for like 4 years, I'd have like, oh nah, like, I'm not doing that. 2 years, his number's gonna keep going up because John will out for a whole nother year, and then next year when you come back, see how far they could go.
I don't think Beal will be there when Wall comes back.
Yeah, I don't know, or they might move Wall.
I mean, I think they just move both. I think they just try to acquire as many assets as possible and just go from there. Cause it's just like, for me, the whole Bradley Beal max extension thing was just like, hey guys, he's locked up for the the max amount of money he can get for right now. You're good for at least 4 more years on him, and just it's just you don't have to worry about giving him more. He's already getting what he can get.
Paul, 8,000 points. You don't take Trae Young with your next.
Did
pick.
you take Jokic?
No, I didn't get those points.
Dick.
8,000 points. You don't pick Trae Young with your next pick.
No. Matt?
all right. So for all you hockey fans in the room,
Yeah.
so Paul,
Yep.
Oilers looking all right so far right now. Connor McDavid and Leon, I'm not even going to attempt to say his last name.
Okay.
Look like they might carry them a decent distance, but it looks like the team's only going to go as far as they take them. James Neal,
which is very fucking far.
Yeah. James Neal has been a pleasant surprise for them, though. What do you think?
So, do you want me to do this as like a hockey fan, or do you want me to do this as Paul?
It's Paul.
Yeah, do it as
The
Paul.
fuck do you mean James Neal's been a pleasant surprise? He took the Predators to a Stanley Cup final. What do you mean a pleasant surprise? Oh, hey, this Calder finalist just took this MVP finalist who just happened to be okay for them. It's like saying LeBron did all right for the Lakers.
I mean, that's true.
Well, fuck yourself.
28, 8-8, man. And they say he washed up, like saying he on decline. He got injured for a little bit.
He's on the decline.
Everybody got injured. I mean, I don't think he's on the decline. He's just slowly changing his game. Like,
he's gonna get hurt. That's
mean,
my fear for him is that he's gonna get hurt. So much years of abuse.
But his usage is not gonna be this high though. He could let AD take over, like and Kuzma, like he could let them, he could take breaks.
We'll agree to disagree on Kuzma. I think Kuzma's super overrated.
All right, so Predators traded PK Subban.
Well, fuck on! I didn't even finish talking about hockey, dick.
I was getting up to the next topic. I think
Edmonton is going to continuously be a threat. I think that they're going to finish in the third spot in that division. I think that Anaheim will eventually start to fall off a little bit. I mean, if they're playing great hockey now, Vegas is going to continue to be a threat to be reckoned with, and they're going to keep climbing. But they just have too many. They have playmakers that just do all the right stuff. It's when like the Blackhawks were good. Like Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews were not only good at scoring goals, but they were good at finding people to score goals. And when you have people that are good at finding people to score goals, it's over. And that's what, like other notable hot starts like Pittsburgh, Washington, Carolina, that's what you expected in that division. Buffalo's been fucking outstanding, and I think that they're going to continue to rise. I think Boston's going to keep doing really well. Toronto, Tampa Bay came off to a real sluggish start, and I don't really see it changing a lot in the foreseeable future. The big thing for me is what I would love to see. Colorado has an amazing goal differential, which means that they're not playing New York Islander style hockey, which is when we give up 7 but we score 8. You can't win forever on that method, and the Islanders didn't. They're winning games 4-1. Like they're just continuously demolishing the other team. It's going to be, it's going to be really good moving forward. But I do think the Oilers will take a playoff spot in the division, not a wild card.
Okay. So the Predators controversially traded PK Subban and
who? PK Subban. Thank you, because no way Mass knew what we wanted to have happen there.
Real quick, sorry, not to cut you off.
Already tired of this auto draft.
What the fuck is this starting lineup that you made?
The generic.
Point guard, shooting guard, guard. Small forward, power forward, forward, and then 2 centers.
The generic version.
I'd like to have more shooting guards. Kyle, how important are assists in fantasy basketball?
Get 1 for every assist. Negative for 14 every turnover.
Negative 14?
Yeah,
I'm currently already
negative 14. Are you serious?
No.
I'm currently already in the works of trying to get trades with Kyle. I took Embiid and Simmons.
He was my next pick, you dick.
He wasn't going to get to you.
Kyle, 27,000 points. You give me a really good trade for both of them.
Hey, you give Rudy Gobert. That's it.
All right, Mass, go ahead. We gotta go to a quick break. How many more of these you got?
a lot.
All right, so we're going to do this whole 90-minute thing today.
Okay. So, Predators caught some flack trading PK Subban.
Who?
I'm not going to say it like that.
PK Subban!
That's how you do it.
Took a chance and signed Matt. Took a chance and signed Matt Duchene. Early returns working out for him.
What do you mean they took a chance and signed Matt Duchene?
So they got rid of. Do you want to say the name?
PK Subban.
So they could sign Duchene. Do you think it was the right move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because PK Subban wasn't getting it done.
I'm sorry, what's
PK
that accent there?
PK Subban eating the chairs with the grandparents. No, it's just they needed more firepower on the offensive side, especially after the loss of, questionable guy James Neal. No, I think
Starting to get really mad at this draft.
they did a really nice job. Duchene's an amazing piece, and I think that he has what it takes to take the Predators to the next level. Even if
remember they still have Flip.
Yep, they still have Flip, but I think PK Subban finds a better fit in New Jersey anyway. Being an offensive-minded, the Predators didn't need an offensive-minded defensive player. That's why they did so well with Shea Weber. That's why they suffered with PK Subban because they didn't. PK Subban, shut up, Mock.
I didn't say it.
But you made the face.
I started to, but then I went away.
All right. So, since the last show, Nationals have made the World Series first time in team history.
Bryce Harper is pissed.
Bryce Harper is sitting at home with his $330 million, just crying and wiping his face with $100 bills. Seattle Mariners, interestingly enough, only team to have never made the World Series.
Not interesting.
Hold on.
I have a question, real quick.
Hold on. I have a question. Why the fuck is Joel Embiid listed as a power forward?
What does GTD mean?
Andre Drummond was a power forward too.
What the fuck?
Guys, real quick, what does GTD mean?
Game time decision.
Game time decision.
Just like
Did you just ask what GTD meant?
Yeah.
That's in fantasy football all the time.
Never like this.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
It's because you guys are whores.
I've seen like questionable.
Go ahead. What you got? Go on.
Namely, you guys are whores.
So, Nats make the World Series for first time in team history. Bryce Harper's crying alone on his couch.
Making millions of dollars.
Making millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Priceless.
Are you insinuating? Nice.
Yeah.
Are you insinuating he owns a couch?
No.
It's a sectional.
So it can be 9 couches.
So,
This is 2019.
as of, I believe, 2 nights ago, was it?
3.
Was it 3 nights?
I don't know.
Astros are facing them in the World Series. Do we have early predictions?
I do.
If the Nationals beat the Astros one time in Houston, I think they win it.
Okay. Does it matter if it's at the beginning?
No, I mean like in the first 2 games. If they take one of the first 2 games, I think they win it. Because I think the Nationals, if they can go 1-1 in Houston, I think they go 2-1 in Washington, and then I think they can win one more. They're hot, and the Astros, the Astros Yankees, it didn't really it didn't go that much longer. You know, the difference between Game 6 and Game 7 was totally different. And I think the Nationals can still ride the hot streak. I think that there's a serious chance for them to still win it. And I'm rooting for them. Big National supporter in this World Series.
I'd like to see the Nationals get... I don't think they'll get past Houston. Houston is just such a gritty team offensively, and the pitching is so
I'm sorry,
good.
do you know who their center fielder is?
For who?
The Nationals?
I think I made Jeff upset.
I think the Nationals do have a serious chance if they can win one in Houston.
You know, a guy I wanted to pick was there before, and now I don't see his name. Not really happy with that.
Well, Mark Cheek's in there. You just got to scroll a little further.
We'll give you guys a little bit of time to gush about it. Luol Deng retires as a Bull.
So sad, man.
The only one I want to hear retire as a Bull is Derrick Rose. I don't care about Luol Deng no more.
Don't you dare say that. That's not true. You don't mean that.
I don't care about Luol Deng no
You
more.
don't mean that. Because if Derrick Rose retires as a Bull, and Luol, you'll be happy that Luol Deng did. He was just he was a big important piece of that team.
He was, but
he's so underrated. He was so underrated. I'm not saying that
he was an
should have
all-star
been,
when he was wearing my jersey.
I'm not saying that he should have had 9 all-star appearances. I don't ride that train that some
should
of
have
the
had
Bulls
8
players. No, but it's just
I'm kidding.
He was just. He consistently averaged 14 to 18 points a game, 7 boards, 3 assists, a block, and a steal. You can't ask for more than that from a quintessential starting role player. I mean, that team, when he was playing in his prime basketball, which I quote it because it's, when
he's at his peak.
Right, when you're talking about prime, you're talking about, when was LeBron in his prime. But, when he was playing his peak basketball, he was playing on a team where there was no takeover star. It was Kirk Heinrich and Ben Gordon in the backcourt. It was him, and then you pick. I mean, during the early parts, it was him and Andres Nocioni.
Now we had Tyrese Thomas.
Yeah.
We could have had Aldridge.
Man.
Let
me tell you something. We'll get to it. We'll get to what I had to say about that. I had something I wanted to share. I'll share it at the end. Because we're doing an NBA draft, I thought it would be important. I don't want you to shit on the Bulls for having taken Tyrese Thomas over LaMarcus Aldridge.
I could shit on him because that's my team. I could do that. I could shit on him.
I know you can, but wait till you hear this, because this is going to sound way worse.
Who is the Chicago Bullshitters?
That's me.
In the Packers-Lions game,
I'm laughing at the chat. Go ahead.
all right. Packers-Lions game, looks like Green Bay was gifted something in that phantom hands to the face call against them.
Wait, which one? Lions Packers? Oh my god, dude, the Lions should have won that game. They got fucked in the asshole by the refs multiple times.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately
the hands in the face thing happened 3 times,
and it was wrong every single time.
Every single time it was wrong.
And unfortunately, that has been a big story this year, is how bad the refs have been. I believe 3 players just this week got fined for comments against the refs. Clay Matthews got one, Baker Mayfield got one, and I can't remember who the third one was. But refs continue to be an issue for this game, man. There are blown games every week because of bad referee calls.
You know, to kind of play devil's advocate, the officials are kind of in like a tough spot, because if they don't call anything and something goes through, then they're crucified for a no call. We saw it last year with the Saints and the Rams. So then when they call too much and get it wrong, then they're never going to be perfect.
Well, so here's the thing. I argue 2 things against that. NFL, specifically the owners, have been against the eye in the sky for a long time. I don't think it would be asking too much to have an official at every game. What is that? 8 games a week at the most?
Yep.
16 games? I don't know. Yeah, my mouth is bad. 16 games.
Well, it's 16 games, weeks 1, 2, 3, and then
it cuts down.
15, 16, 17?
Yeah.
No, 14. The last bye was week 12, right? I think
so.
So 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17.
So I don't think it would be too much to ask to have an official there where a flag is thrown. They can look very quickly at the replay, like all of us at home, and say, oh, yeah, no, you guys fucked up. Pick up that flag. It would take maybe 40 seconds.
And the problem is like, my thing is like, there's all this emphasis in the NFL on we need to make more things reviewable. And I went on this big gripe about it, and, Jeff, if you're listening, it's not a personal shot, but it's just like this whole pass interference thing. I hate it. It slows the game down. It just does nothing but give the fans more to gripe about.
Yep.
And it's all because the Saints got a call that didn't get a call that they should have gotten. And that happens every year. It's just because it was the NFC Championship game. And I understand that there's more at stake, but you don't think, like, if you really go back in time, you don't think a team didn't get a call and it started a 3-game losing skid for them that took them out of the playoff? Like, it happens.
Yep.
But my thing is like, there's so much that's reviewable now that it's unacceptable when refs don't get it right.
Yep.
The Bears-Saints game, this would have never, by any stretch of the imagination, affected the outcome of the game. I'm not going to argue that at all. The Bears played like trash, offensively and defensively, because they couldn't get off the field. But there was a time Bridgewater ran with the ball, and you got tackled, and they spotted the ball right on the line of scrimmage and gave him the first down. Nagy challenged it, and you could see on the replay that he was stopped about a yard shy of where they marked the ball. And then they said, it was very clear. You could see the ball, you could see his knee, you could see the contact, everything. And the officials, all the commentators, everybody was saying, this is going to get overturned. And they come right on the field and says, this call's confirmed. Not even stands, but confirmed, which means this is 100% how it is. This is what it was.
Yeah.
And you could everybody was just like, I can't believe it. And shit like that is what screws, that was early in the game. Would it have affected the outcome? Probably not, because the Bears offense played like garbage the whole game. But that turned into a touchdown drive.
Yeah.
Where it would have been 4th and 1. And probably would have punted because it was about midfield. It's just, the problem is when you make all this shit reviewable, it just gives everybody a chance to armchair quarterback.
Yeah.
To love see umpire.
Mm-hmm.
It's ruining the game.
There's been talk in the past at like the owners' meetings
of killing Jerry Jones.
Yes, it would be best for the league about finding a new way besides chains and humans to accurately measure where the ball ended up and stuff like that. I think it's time the NFL starts investing some of that money, because they're going to start getting more and more people just pissed off. Everything is just going to start going to shit, like Paul said. Things are going.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but do you want to know what would really stop pissing off? What would really change a lot of pissed off stuff for fans?
What?
And there's nobody in this room that's going to agree with me more than the person to my left. You want to stop pissing fans off so much? You know the two things they should get rid of in all sports?
What's that?
The strike zone box on TV and the yellow line on the TV for first downs. Get rid of the shit that tells fans at home this is a guaranteed strike because it's inside this box that Fox put on TV. Because that's not how it works.
I would agree with you.
The yellow line. That means it's a first down. Let me tell you something. That yellow line on your TV is about 3.5 inches thick. That's not. So you're telling me that at the start of that line and at the end of the line is the same exact measurement. It's not.
You can also see the yellow line move quite often when the camera changes.
Get rid of the shit that... I understand you're trying to get viewers that don't necessarily fully understand your sport, like kind of some self-explanatory shit.
Yep.
Get rid of it.
Yep.
Because all it does is it pisses off everybody.
Yep.
That's the thing. I mean, you kind of need that there, though, because if you're just watching a football without that yellow line,
we've gotten so accustomed to it, though.
But even you have no idea. You can't see the chains from the camera angle. You don't know where the first down is.
How many times, because of that yellow line, has somebody that you know yelled at the TV because they don't throw the ball past the markers?
Yep.
I understand
yell at the TV every
both
week
sides,
because of that.
It's kind of a necessary evil.
Well, we have the game on right now, and without the way they broadcast the games, it's very close. It's very viewer friendly
That was
for the
also
most part.
a really bad interception.
So without the yellow line, the chains are very accurate. It's not like you go to one stadium and one chain is 10 yards and 2 inches, and one is 9 and 8 inches. If you look on the white line, the white sideline area, there's a piece of red where the chains will sit. I don't know if you can see it here. See where there's a piece of red. When you watch the game, you can see that because the way they have the camera set back. There's some vantage points that are better. In fact, it's funny. The best actually viewing of a game is in Buffalo because the camera's set the lowest, so you have the best angle
Why do you know
onto
that?
the field. I just watched a lot of football. I kind of know. Buffalo has the best view of camera height to the field, so you kind of have a good vantage point of where the chains are. There's certain fields that the camera should sit higher or whatever, so it's more of a downward angle. So that exists. The yellow line doesn't need to be there for the fan because if you just look on the white, you'll see the little red.
I'd like to make a quick appeal for all future drafts that are done with this group of friends. Can we get rid of the thing where if you don't pick in your allotted time, it auto drafts you?
Yes.
I hate that.
Isn't that just how it is, though?
No, there's ways to change it.
Is there?
Yeah, I changed it in the getting. I changed it in the hockey one. If you didn't pick in time, if you were if you weren't there, if you weren't logged in, it auto drafted you at the end of your time. But if I didn't pick, it would roll over to Kyle's pick, for example. I could still pick at any point in time.
Yeah,
but Kyle could just jump and take somebody. Because that's what I was doing. I was in no rush because I wasn't sold on any of the people there that were in the top portion, and I didn't feel like reaching yet. So I was like, yeah, let me see what the next guy takes, and we'll go from there. And then it just gave me Clint Capella, which is not what I would have taken. Hence why I didn't pick him originally.
All right.
But now I got him. He's mine now. And I'm going to need him after I trade Embiid and Simmons.
Speaking of
10,000 points
camera angles,
a day for 40 years.
Did anybody see the awesome camera angle?
Cordell Patterson's?
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's funny. A lot of times when they show that, you're pissed off because you can't see the play that well. That was the one time that it worked out perfect.
I tell you what, I think that the angle that they normally show the games at is the best angle you can do it at, but I love when they change it up a little bit. Like last year when New England and Atlanta had that fog game where they had to shoot behind the quarterback for the entire time. That was a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, it's funny. Remember there's all that controversy about that angle being used? Yeah. And people are pissed off why does it have to be that way? I think mix it up. Make it interesting for the viewer.
Even if you don't do it for the whole game.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Keeping it in the NFL, though. Mahomes dislocates his kneecap. A lot less serious than when this was first reported. I think he's only out for 3 weeks. But Chiefs... I don't want to say that they're in trouble without him, but Castle's not the answer.
Well, it's Matt Moore.
Matt Moore is not the answer. Wrong Matt.
And Matt Castle is the answer. Private stock for you, sir.
Is that for me?
What was I going to say? It was pretty gruesome.
Yes.
Didn't they kind of fix his knee on the field?
Yeah, they popped his knee cap back into place. Paul, if that's not for me, grab me one. If that's not for me, grab me one.
It is for you.
All right.
Somebody else need a beer?
All right. So
I'm sipping one right now.
it speaks to, and I'm glad that there's not a whole lot of overreaction to this. I mean, at first people freaked out on Andy Reid, like, why would you quarterback sneak him? That's how quarterbacks get injured. It's a fucking freak thing. That just happens.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's 3-time the age of Patrick.
Can I get one damn Pelican?
Nope.
Yep.
I'll trade with you, though. Give me Chark.
All right.
Where's Lonzo?
All right. Moving on.
He's way down.
Pascal Siakam, Spicy P, signs a max deal in Toronto to stay there for the next 4 years.
Toronto needed to do it.
Yeah. He's only continued to get better. And
They gotta hold on to what they got, like what's working for them, like age-wise, all that.
Hey, but let me tell you something. We do this thing here where when we get somebody on the show who is not necessarily a fan of a sport, not that they're not a fan, but like they don't have a team. You know, they don't watch the sport enough. Specifically basketball. We do this thing where we pick for them via different methods. So Masses was randomly auto-picked, and Mox was picked via an NBA season
Fantasy
draft simulator. That's how he got landed with the Pels. The Pels are his favorite team now. Mass got the Raptors.
Yeah, the year they win the championship.
Day one of NBA season last year.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, he's also a Rams fan who went to the Super Bowl, a St. Louis Blues fan,
who won the Stanley Cup,
and he's a Cardinals fan who just missed the World Series by about forever.
I was hoping to go 4 for 4.
I would have been pretty mad about that.
That's all right.
There's just real fans that have barely been able to go 1 for 1.
Well, you saw a few cups.
All right. So, anyways,
it's tough
Pascal
Oh,
Siakam.
World Series too.
Yeah.
And NBA championships.
It's tough being a Bulls fan, man.
Yeah.
But sticking to it though.
So,
That's my team.
Siakam.
Well, I got 6 years experience on him, so I can remember seeing the last Bulls championship. Like I can vividly remember watching it.
I just remember watching us in the conference finals against Miami, and then
That team was so exciting to watch.
2014 that was our second chance, but LeBron hit that shot. I cried. I cried because we almost won that game, and he just got lucky and made that fade from the corner. So I'm like,
What was a more devastating fade? That one
tell you something
or
right now.
Kawhi Leonard's?
No.
Kawhi's, I knew it was going in just by the way it was bouncing on the
I'll tell you
hoop.
something. As somebody who's been a fan of my teams my entire life, I wholeheartedly mean this when I tell you, I would rather see the Bulls right now trade for Derrick Rose and him be a Bull for the rest of his career, and doing that to sacrifice the next 10 years knowing none of my teams will win a championship.
None of them.
None of them. I'd be fine with it.
We could trade Chris Dunn for a bag of Lay's.
Yeah, that's why we can't get Derrick Rose, because he's a bag of Ruffles.
Like
Sour cream and
He's
cheddar.
Wise chips.
No. Ooh. First of all, go fuck yourself. That's Mickey Rubio.
There's nothing wrong with Wise chips, Mass.
Rubio stranded in Phoenix right now.
Bougie.
Yeah, but at least Kyle and I have talked about it. At least they have like a somewhat good point guard now. Like at least they have somebody that knows what he's doing at the point guard position.
Yeah, but
it's still not going to help him finish.
Yeah, it's
outside
not. They need
bottom 5. Bougie.
They need a. They honestly could have kept either Dragic or Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Like, Rubio gonna get
There was
you
a time when the Suns
10
had too many
points.
point guards, and now they have none. They had Thomas, Bledsoe, and Dragic.
Hey, remember when the Phoenix Suns were like the most disappointing team in the Western Conference for like 8 straight years?
That's currently going.
What's up,
on
Vin?
right
Who? Is it a Suns fan?
Yeah. He knows how bad they are.
So,
I went to a
not
Sixer
knowing
game,
hockey very
$5.
well, I don't know if this is actually very impactful. Devils just signed Hersher to a 7-year deal, $51 million. Paul?
Did you say Herschel?
Hersher?
Sorry, hold on. Can you do something different right now? 'Cause I'm trying
Sure.
to draft.
We're going to move on.
Herschel Walker?
It's Herm Herschel.
Zion tore his meniscus. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks.
Still would have drafted him. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Jerk.
So I have one Sixer. The two I wanted went to Paul.
I think Zion will
Who'd you
never
get?
be good again.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
Say again?
Zion will
know if
never
you
be good
noticed,
again.
We're not really clamoring to get any Bulls right now. Who got Zach LaVine?
I thought it was you.
Did you get him?
Yeah.
I was just I was hoping, because I'm looking at who's available, and I saw the second best player was Wendell Carter, and I was like, so like Levine's gone, right? Because that would be a real bummer.
Yeah, I had to snatch,
It'd be a real bummer
him
if
up,
he was
man.
below Wendell Carter Jr.
I had to snatch him up. Marvin Bagley's still out here, though.
Why are you going to say stuff?
Dude, biggest question mark right now, though, real quick, especially for like doing a fantasy basketball draft, who would you rather take, Jarrett Allen or DeAndre Jordan? Because I have no fucking clue who the starting center is going to be.
Jared Allen is his name.
It should be Jared Allen, in my opinion.
I think it should be too because he can run more minutes. But
They're gonna
He's going to have more minutes, but I feel like DeAndre's going to have more production.
I agree with that. I think
like they're
DeAndre
going to play.
Jordan's
They're
gonna
going to play
get more
around
points,
the
and I think
same.
he's going to get. DeAndre Jordan might not get as many rebounds, but he's going to get more crucial rebounds. And those
I feel like he's
rebounds,
gonna get more
I feel like what might earn him the starting spot.
Because Jared
Unless
Allen
like
can score
he
more.
develops like a 3-point shot and Jared Allen becomes a 4.
Is Klay Thompson playing this year?
Yeah, after all
February.
like February.
Late
or
February.
something. I'm still not going to pick.
I was
him.
going to take Oladipo
Well, he was
until
just
someone
picked.
took him.
I thought about it.
I did think about it too, but I was like,
All right, who took him?
I thought about
I'm not
taking him, but
chancing
then
it.
I was like, you know what? That guy can't sing for shit. So
Liar.
All right, so
God, he didn't nod me. It's been 30 seconds, you dick.
Oh, my bad.
Paul. No? All right. So, traded today, Raiders have traded cornerback Garyon Conley to the Texans for a third-round pick. Interestingly enough, that pick is believed to have been the third-round pick they received for the Seahawks for Jadeveon Clowney. If that is the case, then for Jadeveon Clowney, the Texans have received Garyon Conley, Barkevius Mingo, and Jacob Martin. Gross.
Well, I don't know how good
Interesting.
the guy for the other two guy from the Texans has been. The Texans defense hasn't been terrible.
No.
You know what though? At the end of the day, they weren't going to pay him. He wanted it's. Sure, like the receipt for him wasn't great, but it's better than having a guy not playing.
Also, this is why you don't have your head coach become your GM unless you're Bill Belichick.
Yeah. Well, just wait till Tomlin's running the Redskins.
Yep.
Well, I mean, Snyder's going to run that organization until he dies, so...
Oh, he said if Tomlin comes in, complete control.
Yeah, he also said that for...
Well, when they got Albert Hainsworth.
Yep. He also said that for Shanahan. He also said that for Gruden.
My last two picks have been made on the NBA draft, not realizing that I accidentally hit the center filter.
That's unfortunate.
That's why I was like, why? All these guys are garbage. Why are they up so high? That's why. So I'll be doing the disgusting shot this year for 2 leagues.
All right, so you ready to talk hockey?
Yeah, what do we got?
All right. So I don't know how important this is. Devils signed Hershier to a 7-year, $51 million deal. Good. Doesn't matter. All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's pretty significant. I mean, it's kind of showing that, they got Subban, PK Subban.
Thank you.
And they got the young guy, Jack Hughes, who, like, everybody was, like, busting his fucking chops because, like, the guy was projected to be, like, better than Austin Matthews, and like, he didn't come out and score 9 goals in his... It's like, Austin Matthews had a freak start to his career. Not something that's just easily emulated. This is not how it works. Jack Hughes did get his first goal. I think it's going to be the first of many. I think he's going to be a 30-goal scorer after the year's said and done. They're just committing to the team that they got. They weren't a terrible team last year, and they're going to continue to try to rise. Lock up the good pieces you got now to not-so-crazy deals. I mean, $50 million. What did you say, 7 years, 51?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's fucking nothing.
All right.
These players in the league make, hockey money is just stupid sounding when you talk about other sports. Like, oh, this guy's making 110 over 9 years. Like, yeah, this guy just signed $700 million for next year.
All
And
right.
he's a fucking kicker.
All right. I didn't know the Ravens extended Justin Tucker.
Robbie Gould, baby.
Yeah. John Tavares has a broken finger. Will be out at least 2 weeks. How bad does this hurt the Leafs?
My team is awful.
Paul? No?
What'd you say? Sorry. You got a fucking live draft going on, and you're asking questions that only I can answer.
You are up.
John Tavares, what?
John Tavares broke his finger out in at least 2 weeks. How much does this hurt the Leafs?
Can I take this one?
Sure.
So
with the amount of offense that the Maple Leafs already have, I don't think offensively it hurts them. Defense, they kind of suck anyways. So they're gonna give gold regardless of with him or with him without in the lineup.
Yeah, but John. You know what, Kyle? B+. He didn't get an A because John Tavares isn't going to be the guy that's going to prevent goals anyway. He's not the two-way forward that everyone makes him out to be. No, but you said defensive they suck anyway, so it's not like it's but you made it seem like
No, I just saying regardless of if he's in or not, the other team's still going to score a lot of goals.
if they play 5 games without John Tavares, they'll go 2-3. But it's not going to make a difference. It's 2 fucking weeks. It's 2 weeks over the course of an 82-game season. You're not talking about 2 weeks in the NFL. Asshole.
Yeah, dick.
Yeah,
Kyle,
take
you owe
the
me
meal.
30 push-ups.
We'll talk about that later.
Fuck you, Mock.
Oh, come on!
I'm working the trades, baby. I got a lot of centers I need to move.
I got a lot of guards, so you can have.
Well,
two
I
more
ain't go out of
guards.
my way to screw you.
Hey, I didn't go out of my way to screw you. It's just I needed a position of that
No,
caliber.
you
of,
did.
Yeah, that guy was on 2 hype.
Because
He
you had to
sucked.
scroll down to find him.
No, I didn't. He was like the 6th best player next.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. I'm right here on all positions. He was like the 6th player. Behind this guy that looks like somebody I went to high school with.
You
Anything
all
else,
suck.
Max?
I would fuck you over
Max,
if
how
I
many more
could.
of these you got? 'Cause we
I
have to
need
go to a
another
quick
guard.
break.
or
This is the
forward.
last one.
All right, hurry up.
All right, so
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry.
All right.
All right, perfect.
No, go
Moving
ahead.
on.
What you got?
Sorry, 2 more. Very quick though. Jazz extend Quinn Snyder to long-term contract. Probably just helps him to continue building the Jazz. Look like they're going in a good direction. Anybody? Nobody? Possibly?
Jazz going in a good direction? No chance. It's a team that's going to probably be an 11 seed at best. And
You think the Jazz gonna be 11th seed?
yeah,
Yeah,
I just wanted to say something.
I don't.
The Jazz could.
I feel like
the Jazz could be like a 2 seed. That's
feel like
their
they-
ceiling.
Not after that move. Well, who's the player they got?
They signed their coach.
Oh. Even worse.
I feel like they could. I got them at highest like 3rd, at highest, and like the lowest probably like 6th. Like they're gonna be in that little zone. I
I
feel
would
like
put
the West.
Quinn
The West
Snyder
is
in the top
loaded.
5
Like,
coaches.
like 1 through 10 is gonna be tight.
Yeah.
Like it's like that every year, but this year is like really.
Oh,
tight.
so you can't even draft Klay Thompson.
He was already drafted.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who picked him?
Jeff had 3 guys that aren't going to
I
play.
knew it. Jeff's a fucking asshole.
He has Oladipo, Thompson, and Zion.
Jesus.
Classic J-Bar move.
I tried to
Zion-
search for Omar Asik. He's not pickable.
He's not playing in the
You
NBA.
still get
he's
Zion.
So what? You were able to draft Brett Favre the year after he retired.
He was still a free agent in the pool, though.
Nah.
All right, last one. Wrap up the night. Sabathia retires. Do we want to go into any more than we did in the Toast of Excellence?
I'd like to weigh in saying that if he gets into the Hall of Fame, it'd be as a Yankee, not an Indian.
I was gonna say Yankee. Yeah. Like
He got a ring with the Yankees. He played with the Yankees longer. He was
Souls?
just as dominant with the Yankees as with the Indians. I think he would go in as a Yankee.
Souls.
I think as an Indian, I think he was way better as an Indian.
But numbers wise, not
Oh, I have
really.
one more pick, thank God.
If we're going to go by numbers, his best year was that 12 games he played with Milwaukee.
But I mean, he came in. He got a ring with the Yankees. He had his best season as a Yankee. I think he went like 21-6.
Year after he signed.
Yeah.
And he fell off in like 2012.
Well, he got kind of fat.
No, he lost weight.
He got better.
No, he got better when he got
When
fat
he got
again.
fat again.
That didn't even make
C,
sense.
CC got a big body.
But I do
He
think
got way worse when he got fat.
Yeah, big body.
I think he would go in as a Yankee.
It's like if Bartolo got skinny. We would all hate him.
He a pitcher for real. I don't gotta do no cardio, none of that.
Did you
He
really
just
hate
throw
Bartolo,
the,
though?
he just throw the ball. What Kyle was saying earlier, that's CC. He's like, I don't gotta run.
He'll be like,
wild.
hey, I just ate
Yeah,
a
but
foot-long
nobody's ever
meatball
gotten
sub.
more hype than the Mets crowd did when they hit a home run.
Well,
We actually
we've
San Diego
talked
that
about
day.
that for a couple years now.
Can you name the pitcher he hit it off of? Around the table? One guess each.
Zach Greinke.
No idea.
I just said San Diego, so I gave that away.
Oh my god.
Bartolo Colon hit a home run off Bartolo Colon.
Junior.
Oh, bro, they auto drafted me, Kyle.
Was it Clayton Richards,
Sorry, that's the
Kyle?
last pick anyways.
Was not Clayton Richard.
Rebecca.
Rebecca,
I wanted to get
Rebecca.
Lil
take a shot. It's not that bad, trust me.
It's actually pretty good.
Williams.
It's a
take it,
glazed
Rebecca.
donut. You always want treats.
Damn.
So I think I know it.
After
Yeah.
a Google.
No. Because I remember hearing about this during the broadcast.
This has been on the show.
Can I ask a question, Kyle?
I asked this question on the show.
Did this gentleman ever
Yes.
pitch for the Chicago White Sox?
Yes.
Was he terrible? Or
For the
average?
White Sox.
Huh?
For the White Sox.
Was his name James Shields?
It was.
I remember hearing about this.
Man, I don't want any of these guys.
All right, we're going to break.
They just drafted
What's the point?
Ricky
We're only
Rubio.
only an hour and a half away.
Ricky
All right,
Rubio and
I'll do
Larry
90
Nash
minutes.
Jr.
We're going to go to break. We're going to go to break. We'll take a 5-minute break. No longer. So everyone do what you got to do. You got to piss. You got to shit. Do whatever you got to do. Kendall, you have 5 private stocks you still got to do.
I'm working on finishing this one.
Why don't you just slam that and do 12 more?
He's got to do 5 more?
Yeah, I want to carry him out of here. Anyway, we'll be back in about...
In a
Stop!
bag.
I don't want to pee on me tonight. We'll be back in 5 minutes here on the
let him pee on
PPRN
me.
Radio Network live on Spreaker. Fuck you, man.
Gucci shades up on my braids when I escalade. When I'm riding spree wheel sliding like a escapade. I got it made, the big boss of the North. Ain't shit changed, I still represent Swisher House. Huh? Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Pimping Bobos and I'm packing Bobos. I'm still tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Pimping Bobos and I'm packing Bobos.
Fofos, I'm tipping. Wood grain, I'm gripping. Catch me lane switching with the paint dripping. Turn your neck and your dang missing. Me and Slim, we ain't tripping. I'm figure flipping and syrup sipping. Like do or die, I'm pole pimping. Car stop, rims keep spinning. I'm flipping drop with invisible tops. Hose bob with my drop step out. I'm shaking the block with 418s. Candy green with 11 screens. My gasoline always supreme. Got Dodo the brand with a paint of lean. It tastes grinding to be a king. It tastes grinding to be a king. First round drop piece coming. Who is Mike Jones coming? Slab shining with the grilling woman. Slab shining with the grilling woman. I'm Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones, the one and only. You can't clone me. Got a lot of haters and a lot of homies. Some friends and some phony. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me.
Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Pimping Bobos and I'm packing Bobos. I'm still tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Pimping Bobos and I'm packing Bobos.
What it do is power wow, I'm the people's champ. My chain light up like a lamp, cause now I'm back with the camp. I'm crawling similar to an ant, cause I'm low to the earth. People's feelings get hurt when they figure out what I'm worth. I got 84s poking out at the club, I'm showing out. I'm a player, ain't no doubt. Hoes wanna know what I'm about. Biggest diamonds off in my mouth, princess cuts all in my chain. Wood grain all in my range, dripping stains when I switch lanes. Switch the name, it's still the same. Switch a house or switch a blast. Mike Jones, he running the game and magnificent by this cash. Michael Watts, he made me hot. Hard work took me to the top. G-Dash took me to the lot. He wrote a check and bought a drop. I got the internet going nuts, but T-Ferris got my back, so now I'm holding my nuts. It's power wow, baby. What you know about me? I'm on that 5-9 South Lee, baby. Holla at me.
Still tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Pimping Bobos and I'm packing Bobos. I'm still tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Pimping Bobos and I'm packing Bobos.
Oh, I've always wanted to skydive.
I hear that from a lot of people, but most of them aren't my grandmother's age.
Well, I finally decided to treat myself.
3, 2, 1, jump!
A funny thing happened. I had a few bucks and played the lottery.
Play the Connecticut Lottery. It doesn't take much to live big. Use your game sense. Odds vary by and during games. Must be 18 or older to purchase. CTLottery.org.
Break them out real bad. I'm so born up real bad. I'm break them off real bad. I'm sure I'm pouring up boots right now. I'm break them off real bad. I'm break them off real bad. I'm break them off real bad. I'm sure I'm pouring up boots right now.
Now I gotta work my wood grain wheel. Popping trunks, popping pills, still popping seals. Higher than a hill with my mind on meal. Piece and chain swinging, bank chrome, shiny grill. Baby, I got $1 million dreams with my mind on cream. I'm in that mean green machine, clean on 19s. Flat screens in the headrest, swinging like a swing set. Brandy wine paint wet, come and dine, it's a bet. I'm in the lot chasing bras like a lesbian. Full of that kush flower, I'm breaking off pedestrians. Higher than the street light, floating like a parachute. Buzzing like a bumblebee, mustard green Bentley coupe. Young gangster Mac, gang sharper than a thumbtack. Breaking them out, making all the boppers attract. Then they watch me, I'm rocked up, fully loaded and sloppy. Trying to hit it and quit it and walk off like Big Poppy. Break them off.
Break them off real bad. I'm break them off real bad. I'm break them off real bad. I'm sure I'm pouring up boots right now. I'm break them off real bad. I'm break them off real bad. I'm break them off real bad. I'm sure I'm pouring up boots right now.
I pull up like this, untouchable white wrist. I'm hotter than warm piss, berry grape sun kiss. The truck go miss, 550 snow bunny. Billy Continental with the meat flows, dummy. Power wall money, that's expensive taste. And them friendly ass fools, we send them to my space. I'ma break them off until the backbone broken. Stainless steel drop, phantom, leave the top open. Shit done hit the fan, better cover your nose. And the cushion start burning, better cover your clothes. Concrete crumbling, glass shooting lasers. Crawling and cutting up on 24 razors. I'ma show them how to make the slab look phenomenal. Chasing paper in the morning, call me Houston Chronicle. Hold on, then you buckle up your seatbelt. Swisher House, Young Done, capital TL.
I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm sure I'm pouring up boots right now. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm sure I'm pouring up boots right now.
Already, I'm higher than a satellite, crowding like a baby, maneuvering through the traffic like I'm Tracy McGrady. Still chopping on them buttons, I'm strutting and looking fresh. Switch hitting like Bergman, this is ballin' at its best. In that Minute Maid, drop a whip, retractable roof. Fondling wood, waving the hood, student loans on the tooth. The fifth wheel on the ground, and the trunk in the air. Power wow, baby, I'm the definition of player. My skills is so ill when working that wood wheel, tipping foes like a waiter, beware the oil spill. Widescreen mind frame, panoramic pimping. I'm sipping on that Osama, baby, leaning like I'm limping. In that two-seater fleeter, it's me and the senorita. 3 ounces up in the liter, and it's 10 up in the heater. Mac in the mamacita, running game like a cheetah. I'm knocking them out the park, similar to Derek Jeter. Break them off.
Break them off real bad. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm sure I'm pouring up boots right now. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm breaking them off real bad. I'm sure I'm pouring up boots right now.
Show me love. Show me when I hit the club, all the girls show me love. Show me when I hit hit the club, all the girls show me love. Mine at the bar, got drank by the jug. VIP with the chicks and the drugs. TIP, Bun B and Slim Thug. I hit the club, all the girls show me love. Mine at the bar, got drank by the jug. VIP with the chicks and the drugs. TIP, Bun B and Slim Thug. I got drank by the paint, drove by the pine. Hit it to the club and the boss top down. Hit it to the club and the boss top down. Hit it to the club and the boss top down. Slim Thug bout to grind, represent H-time. You love me, smile. Hate me, you gon' frown. Cause me and my boss hogs bout to bow till we fall. This year I won't style, Slim Thugger want it all. Going solo, first CD out that's not slow-mo. Here's another hit thanks to drinking the dodo. Here's another hit thanks to drinking the dodo. Here's another hit thanks to drinking the dodo. For sure though, we got the club shut down. Tryna pick which chick I'ma cut now. Fetish for thick girls that's caramel brown. On the hunt and up, guess what I just find? Come in VIP with me, boo, while we post up. Blowing purple stuff, pouring purple stuff. Glowing from wrist up, you can tell it we rich. It's Slim Thugger, TIP, and Bun bitch. When I hit the club, all the girls show me love. Mine at the bar, got drank by the judge. VIP with the chicks and the drugs. TIP, Bun B and Slim Thug. When I hit the club, all the girls show me love. Mine at the bar, got drank by the judge. VIP with the chicks and the drugs. Slim Thugger, TIP, and Bun B, bitch.
22s on a brand new coupe with no roof. $150 tennis shoe, no suits. We some ballers, pimp. You ought to be following our suits. No ad-libbing, nigga, just do like I do. Don't get it confused, dude, I'm not you. If you ain't heard the news, I'm known as the truth. That's why I'm at the bar buying all this great loose. Passing it to them broad commanders, they loose. That's my nigga Slim Thug, ain't man what they do. Say the black one the slut with the red a cut too. But give them numbers to the sweets and tell them all through. Tell that nigga ESG and Paul Wall too. Tell that nigga ESG and Paul Wall too.
And now, back to getting sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk, live on Spreaker here on the PPRN Radio Network. I'm joined by Mock.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes back a second time.
Makes me mad that the one time.
You know, I was wondering why all this Paul Wall was playing. I thought we were on
I'm
the
joined
E40
by
station. Mock.
Sheen Washable.
Nope.
Oh, we're doing it.
Nope.
Kendall, take us off. The Bass Chris Massey.
_ White Chris.
Wait a minute. You changed
There's
your
an
handle halfway through the
underscore now?
show?
No.
It was White Out Chris before.
I said
No wonder I
underscore.
couldn't find you.
I said underscore. That's Instagram.
I thought
did.
It was White Out Chris.
_ White Chris.
He gave us two of them.
I heard squirrel.
Squirrel.Chris.
Squirrel
At DOS.
ChipmunkSouls.com.
Hey.
The Red Baron. Oh, God. I think I was gunned down.
He just had some turbulence.
Some turbulence. You just had a little bit of turbulence.
You know what?
All right, so
Joey
the
Poop's
NBA
on.
draft is over that we did. We'll post the results or something on Instagram. Right?
Very quick draft.
I am so
Well,
upset.
that's quick too, though. 'Cause
I am so upset. Ricky Rubio, if you're listening, you suck. Larry Nance, you suck.
here's the deal. I'll
You
announce
got
it
auto
now.
drafted.
I'll make any trade work if it involves D Rose.
I can't give up D Rose.
Well, then you're stuck with him.
Yeah.
You better drop him.
D Rose my favorite player all the time. He's not leaving this team.
D Rose is my favorite player all the time too. And for a long time, it was Ben Gordon.
Big Gardner was nice.
I love Ben.
He's just mad.
That guy had the highest arcing 3-point shot I've ever seen in my life.
Remember when we went to the Magic?
Yeah, give me a
My
ball.
cousin signed him. He was bad. My cousin.
Still waiting for him to
If
be
you're
on the
listening,
show.
Rob, you traded Oladipo for
Any
garbage.
sold or Jankowski is terrible.
How you can make the same trade that the Pacers did for Paul George. Makes no sense. Could got a better player than
one of those
Serge
farts
Ibaka.
that could be a poop.
Surgical Ibaka.
Let's
I have something I want to. I got it right here. So the wheel, the wheel's coming into play for hour number
2.5.
No, it's not 2.5. Hour number. So we do 3 hours. So it'd be hour 1.5.
Talking part 2.
So the second half of the show. That
Part
was the easiest
two,
bit there. So Rebecca, could you please turn on Rebecca's mic and give it to her?
I believe she is 8. Let's find out.
Rebecca, are you 8?
I don't know.
She's 4.
Not looking good. Let's
Well,
try
how big are your
11.
breasts?
Try 11.
Just give us a cup.
11.
11. Wow. I thought they went in letters.
I'm not getting either of that.
Thanks. I fucked up my whole life. I didn't even get a tickle out of somebody. I just didn't know who. I'm glad I figured out who it was.
Pick up the mic. You can't hold it up.
Hold on.
I don't know. Be a radio person.
Also, I'd like to make an announcement now that nobody has known about except for me at this exact moment in time. So we have recently been given confirmation that there will be a full regular Pittsburgh Steelers trip that we haven't done in some time from the Getting Sports Drunk crew. So it will include the regulars of the trip, which includes myself, Machine Washable, the man of many names, Red Baron, and J-Mark. But this year, we will be adding in the Mass, Chris Massey.
Yep.
Only because we're playing the Rams. He probably won't go next year. And we'll also,
put him and
we'll
Kyle
also
in the
be
tub.
adding, I think, 2-time guest Redwood Pat Donovan.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 7-man trip. We are going to...
Ask you for a van.
Nope. It's going to...
Anyone out there?
The Red Baron is going to bring the original equipment in which we recorded off of in the kitchen from Maple.
So the board and one mic?
No, we're going to bring extra mics. We have other mics. So there'll be mic sharing, unfortunately. But we're going to do it. It's going to be a late night, 11 to midnight.
I'm in.
On that Saturday. A just 1 hour hodgepodge recording.
I'm so excited for it, but it's such a dangerous idea.
It's going to be a shit show. It's going to be terrible. There might be editing on a lot of No. Ma. Have you ever like hung out with J-Mart?
Yeah, it's true. We should edit.
Yeah, there's going to be some editing. So,
Only if Mike can do the toilet, getting flushed down the
oh
toilet.
my god, that's so funny. The toilet arms.
Do it
We
for
might have a
me.
video. Bring the GoPro.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
It works. I just got to fix it.
All right, well, we'll get the GoPro working, and we'll do all that stuff. But we're going to do a 1 hour thing. We're going to have to figure something out for that. That Monday we will be suspended, which is the 11th.
Oh, no show that night?
No show that night. Remember last year we were like, what if we just record? Kyle said that. Kyle's like, let's just record when we get back. Everyone's like, fuck you.
We can record in the car on the way
The
home.
first thing that Jeff and I said when he said that was no one's allowed in our house.
Yeah.
Nobody's allowed in our house.
Kyle, the king of logistics.
Yeah. The king of invite anybody and everybody. Because I'm not driving, so who cares?
I had to invite Redwood.
No, but you also invited like the softball team for about the
Invited
7th
one
straight
person,
year.
and he wanted to go.
Kyle, you've done this before, though. The
I
last
did
time
it
we
to
went,
make Candy mad.
the last time we went, you invited 11 people.
Guess what?
That
Five
weren't
of them.
originally supposed to go.
As a whole
Not just 11
squad.
total people.
As a whole squad.
Right?
But it's an 8-hour drive. So you're talking about taking 3 cars.
The max amount of people you can fit in one car is 8. Without renting a passenger van.
So,
many are we going with?
Again, with you guys who are
Oh,
listening.
I did find something. If everyone would be willing to chip in on it, it would cost everybody $150 a person. But I could rent. I know somebody. I could rent a short bus. for the
I think
trip.
either you
No.
said limo.
No, a short bus.
a limo.
Said a limo.
Hold on, though. Like, here's the thing, though. A short bus, everybody would get their own seat, and you could think of the amount of shit we could bring on that bus.
Here's the
You
part of
wanna
the
talk
fun,
about-
though, is
Hold
kind of
hold
sitting on someone's lap.
I didn't finish. The person that I'm talking about is a dear friend of mine from high school who does a customs shop in Middletown. The short bus that he would rent us at $150 a person for the days that we would need it. It includes a PlayStation 4 adaptable 32-inch widescreen TV.
Why did you need me on the mic?
We're getting to it. And it also includes a surround sound system. It also includes a mini fridge. And it also includes a one-tap kegerator.
That's too bougie.
Hey guys, so we should talk about this.
I want to go in a Corolla.
There's fit 7 fucking people in a Corolla.
The 7 of us.
Yeah, we're fat guys.
Yeah.
The combined weight in this room, if we take out the 2 people who aren't going, no offense to you, Chris, a lot of offense to you, Rebecca. The combined weight in this room is about. It's got to be
close to 1,000.
Way over 1,000.
3.
Hey, any chance we could take a boat?
Here's the thing. Mock, Kyle, Chris, and I, and Kendall, I think, at this point, are all over 200.
I clear that ceiling, baby.
I would say Mass, myself, everybody except for Kendall that's going is closer to 3 than 2.
Yeah.
You're over 250, Kyle, and don't you dare fucking lie.
I don't think so.
When's the last time you weighed yourself?
A couple weeks ago.
Bullshit, because the only place you can weigh yourself in your house is in your aunt's bathroom, and you only go in there when you need to get your ears flushed.
We should do a weigh-in upstairs. There's a
You
scale
haven't
in the
had to get your ears
bathroom.
flushed lately.
We can take another short
Rebecca,
break.
Is your mic on?
Hi.
Can you guys hear her?
Yeah.
Can you put a little enthusiasm into it? Come on.
This is me.
Oh, keep
No.
talking for a second.
Come on. Put some enthusiasm into it, Rebecca.
Hi.
Say you are.
Pretend
Miss,
we're your
can you
students.
talk us for a second?
I don't know what to talk about.
Okay.
You don't. I haven't given anything to talk about yet. I just want you to have some enthusiasm in your voice. Pretend we're talking about cats.
And you
So can we? If
Happy
we
birthday,
talk-
Kim Krisak, by the way.
Understand, if we talk
It's
really
John
quick,
Mayer, and I almost got a cat on the way home.
All right.
if we talk really quick, can we just mention that John Mayer's terrible?
No.
Sure.
Like he is
So,
awful.
I would
So are
like-
llamas.
Every time.
Like John Mayer is terrible.
You just don't understand.
The problem is I can never get this other thumbtack out.
There's nothing to understand.
Nope.
He makes
just don't-
subpar songs.
You don't get it.
Rebecca, tell us about
And
your
he's just
first
a
car.
douche.
It was a 1997 white Dodge Intrepid, and I loved it very much.
Car sucked.
I love that car. You take that back.
Kendall, how was that car?
I
You
don't
know,
really
so here's the thing.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
tell you
why
something
you
about
got
that
your
car.
license on it, Dick.
Yeah. Dick Vermeil won a
Well,
ring
Super
with the
Bowl's the
Rams.
win. Super Bowl's not the win.
I know. I was screwed the line.
So let me tell you something.
I need 3 more shots, by the way.
Also, fuck you.
Yeah, I want one too.
See, I
Kathy
had to
Q.
re-up on that.
Shout out to Rebecca for pronouncing it incorrectly. The only time that someone drove that car outside of Rebecca, because her mother would never allow it, was Kendall and I going to Red Scroll, or not Red Scroll. that's
Willie
the wrong
Records.
thing. Willie Records. We were going to Willie Records to see a show and buy a couple records. We didn't even make it out of the parking garage. The car broke down, and Rebecca was pissed.
The
All right.
actual, like,
So
busted-
Rebecca, what did you just not really partake in, but did partake in? What would
An
you-
NBA draft.
Right, which is going to last 82 games for the rest of the season.
Great.
So, with
82
that,
seasons.
with that being said,
Not including
keeper league.
postseason.
because Rebecca is contributing to an NBA draft, hence an NBA fantasy season, Rebecca has to be a fan of an NBA team.
Ooh,
This is true.
That's
Be
fine.
a
Have to
fan
be
of the
it.
Cleveland
And
Cavaliers.
Rebecca, I believe that
Catch.
I don't know if Mock has actually pulled through with it. I know Mass hasn't. Merch needs to be purchased.
I have a shirt.
He does. Anthony Davis shirt.
I
I
have
bought an
one
Anthony
shirt.
Davis shirt.
I have a shirt.
No, it's got to be a shirt of the team is predicted. Now, because we don't have the disposal of the random team generator,
Yeah, we do.
I got
we
it pulled
don't.
up
Shut the fuck up. We don't have it. We also don't have the ability to do a fantasy draft simulator. I've
There we
taken
go.
the
I got it on
luxury
my
of
phone.
picking.
Kyle, watch a quick YouTube
So I
video.
see two
Doing it in
people
2K.
sitting over there that don't want rides home.
Oh, I didn't say that.
I have
You
a
sound
great
like me
deal
in
of
the
respect for this
classroom.
man over here. Just given his fandom, I have no problem bringing him home. But those two guys over there, no problem leaving them here.
What about me?
You don't need a ride home. So you need a NBA team.
10.
And I made the luxury of picking 10 teams on this list, and we're going to use the wheel to determine your team.
Nice.
Do I get to know the 10 before?
I'm going to list them for you. I picked 5 from the Western Conference, 5 from the Eastern Conference, and there is a stipulation. Mock, I have never seen you wear the Pels thing.
Yes, you have. I've worn it on the show.
Nope, never seen it.
That's a lie.
Well, I can't recall it, so
Counts.
I'm jurisdiction on the show.
It's purple.
Nope.
I'm judge, jury, and bailiff.
I'm on his side this time.
I don't give a fuck whose
I have
side
it.
you're on.
You've
I'm
seen
judge, jury, and bailiff. By Christmas, I need to see apparel from Mock, Mass, and Rebecca. Otherwise, it is 10 shots of private stock.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
You won,
shit.
so.
Let's go. I was like, I already have mine. So
By when?
Christmas.
What if I'm asking for?
Oh, that's a lot of time. That's a lot
Then
of
you
time.
better own 2 things by Christmas.
That's a lot of time, though.
It's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
I don't give a fuck if you bootleg it from Japan.
You can find a lot of cheap shirts on eBay.
You can go to malls and just find a generic Toronto Raptors shirt that has nothing on the back. And every mall has a sports store that has a Vince Carter throwback jersey in it.
Get a FUBU jersey with an NBA colorway on it.
I don't give a fuck what you get. I don't care if you make it in your basement.
Is that true?
So, Rebecca, these are your
Man,
5...
Sam Darnold is trash.
You have 5 teams from the West, 5 from the East. So, if you land on the number 1 spot, you're a fan of the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
If you land on the number 2 spot, you're a fan of the New Orleans Pelicans.
What are the colors?
The Utah Jazz is gold and navy blue. The New Orleans Pelicans is red and gold and navy blue.
Yeah, purple.
Number 3 is the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is technically, I guess, now at this point...
It's like black, green, white, blue.
Yeah, they have a very large array of colors.
They have a lot of jerseys.
Does she get any exclusions? Because I remember when we did mine, I had 2 exclusions.
No war.
Well, I had 3.
Nope. Yeah, she had... I picked 10 teams,
No,
so she's got about 22
I
exclusions.
understand that. I didn't know
What
if
does
she
that
could
mean?
like
22 teams you can't
Hold
be a
on,
fan of.
Chris. They just posted a
That's
Uber
fine.
Eats for
I don't
Burger
like
King up there.
basketball, so that works out
Not
fine.
about that.
All right, number 4 is the Phoenix Suns.
Oh.
Huh?
Colors?
Orange and purple.
Orange and purple. Number 5 is the Memphis Grizzlies.
Black.
Blue and gold.
You can have a fresh start with them.
Number 6, moving on to the East, is the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay, they were in the One Tree Hills. That's fine.
Yep.
Jesus.
Number 7 is the Boston Celtics.
Oh, no. But they're green.
Number
They're
8
good.
is the Detroit Pistons.
they fight the crowd.
Number 9 is the Toronto Raptors. Notice how I
Watch your
worked the
mouth.
2 most recent NBA fans into this.
Imagine it so you watch your mouth.
And number 10 is the Orlando Magic. The Wheel.
Spin it.
Pels.
Can I have 2 preferences?
I mean, you could say it,
hope
but
it's
the wheel's
Boston.
kind of the decider. Pels.
All right, we've got.
Rebecca, you're a fan of the Orlando Magic.
They are trash.
But the best part is,
What are the colors?
she could buy it
Blue,
from Kyle.
Black, blue, white.
Royal blue, black, and white.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean,
Andrew Nicholson
their
shirt?
their retro
Here's the
jerseys
thing.
are.
You have to buy a
pretty
piece of
fire.
merch by Christmas. You're not accepted the 10 shots of private stock.
That's fine.
The only issue with you doing 10 shots of private stock means
Is it
that you
probably
and Kendall
kill you?
probably sleeping here.
So I have a question.
Hold on.
You
But
kinda
you can buy
allude at the colors.
any piece of merchandise. Meaning, if you choose, even though you're a recent fan, you can buy a McGrady or Hardaway jersey. It doesn't have to be something current.
Dwight Howard.
Did Shaq ever play
Get
for
that.
the Magic?
He did.
Yeah, he did. Get that Shaq jersey.
That's where he got drafted by.
See, I know
He broke a backboard. You didn't know that.
You just
You
asked if he
guessed.
played there.
Did Shaq
Well, I
ever play
wouldn't
for the
have
Grizzlies?
asked. I wouldn't
Did
have
Shaq ever
asked
play for the Suns?
if I
Yes.
didn't have some
Did
sort
Shaq
of
ever play for
idea.
the Pels? No.
Shaq played for the Celtics too.
He did. Actually, you could have gotten Shaq on 3 of these
I
things.
could have
fat as
gotten
fuck.
Celtics for my brother.
Shaq was fat as fuck.
Do you want to be a Celtics fan then? Rebecca, here's
Only
the thing.
because they're green, but not because they're Boston.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You landed on the Magic. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from Mass and Mock for this. You
Well,
can pick,
no, Matt said 45 chances.
This is true.
You can
I
pick
had
any
3.
of these 10 teams if you wish right now. This offer expires in 5, 4.
No, I'll be
3.
a good sport and be the Magic.
You're a Magic fan.
All right.
Congratulations, Rebecca.
Hey, we should probably do shots to celebrate.
Oh, we should do some
No.
shots. I ran out. I need my whole cup full. I need my whole
Listen.
cup full.
You just got to ask me. Or
All right.
pay me $20 for a shirt.
Ooh, Kyle's up in his prices.
All right, so
It used to be just a
I
tin.
got some wheel stuff. So anyway, here's the thing. We're going to do some wheel stuff to end out the show.
This bottle's getting pretty sticky.
So we got about an hour left. So if anybody has anything they'd like to talk about, get it out now. Otherwise, we're going straight to the wheel until we do plugs, promos, beer reviews, and all kinds of other shenanigans. So, Mass, do you have something? Please enlighten us, Mob Squad.
Darnold's going to get torn apart for this for the rest of the week. Not just all the interceptions he's thrown, but got caught on national TV saying he's seeing ghosts. So that's going to follow him for the rest of the week. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, he doesn't really look like Whoopi Goldberg. Anyway, anybody else have anything they'd like to talk about?
I
Touch
think
on?
the Patriots defense leads all fantasy in scoring.
No, so I actually saw something. The NFL, the Patriots defense, in terms of where they've ranked in scoring so far this season, would be, if you rank them for all the points scored, they'd be a QB 7, an RB 5, a wide receiver 4, tight end 1 is where they rank. They rank I think it's 15th in points scored on the season.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
I have
Pat has the Bears and Patriots defense.
Wow.
It's nuts. You guys want to play some Wheel of Drunkicality?
Yeah.
Wheel of Nut.
What were you going to say?
Wheel of Nut.
I don't
That
know
man
what
needs a double.
It's time to spin the wheel of drunkicality.
Hashtag good mythical drunkenness. All right, so
Shut up.
So sorry, I wasn't on the mic. I forgot I gotta be making out with this mic. So can you guys hear me all right?
Oh yeah.
Does it sound crazy or
Very well. We hear you.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
So we're gonna do it's not my favorite thing to do, but it was something I kind of came up with on the fly. I hate doing the 2-wheel spin. I think that's been pretty noted on the show. But we're gonna do the 2-wheel spin. Basically, what that means is the colors versus the numbers denote what we're gonna talk about. So the first spin, the color will denote the sport. So green is NFL, red is NBA, white is MLB, yellow is NHL, and blue will be your choice. And then the topics will be as follows. And I thought these were kind of like a little bit more like fun topics, kind of like get to know you topics. We have a guest on the show, Mass. He's been on regularly for a while, but still we get some new listeners every now and then, so people might not know Mass if they had tuned in earlier in the show. Plus the rest of us, there's always shit to spiel. So blue is going to be real world fantasy, which is a topic created by K Quick Souls. That's basically going to be like, if fantasy was real, who do you wish to see on a team? So if you get the NBA, you can pick who would you want to see like in real life on that team. So say you just want to do the Trailblazers. Kyle, who do you want to see on the Trailblazers?
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love. Okay, perfect. So Kyle would love to see Kevin Love on. That's basically what it is. In whatever sport you get at Coleads. Second's guilty pleasures. Something thought up by Mock. Sheen Washable.
Yep.
Oh, he said yup. That's a shot of private stock from Mock.
Yeah.
No.
So guilty pleasures is basically something that this would be fun for Chris to do as C.ChrisMan _Y
_ squirrel.
Yep. But
Get that
basically
kiwi
it's something
strawberry.
that like it's something that you just you
Gotta
kind
get
of
that kiwi
like
strawberry
ashamed to admit or something along the lines. Is that beer empty?
Yeah.
Oh, it's tipped over.
Yeah, there's
This
nothing.
one empty too.
But like something you're kind of like ashamed to admit. So like an example would be that like if Kyle said, "I'd like to see Joe Flacco succeed on the Broncos," that would be like a guilty pleasure because he's been on note saying he hates Joe Flacco forever.
Any chance there's a BLT?
So that's
somewhere?
yellow. Green is. God, yes, the problem is I don't remember what all these mean. Green is love of the game. Oh, okay, I remember this. Green is love of the game. So whatever sport you get, it's what player absolutely made you fall in love with the game, not with your team, not with the sport, like the league, but the game itself. Like. Mock Sheen played baseball a lot growing up. Kyle played basketball and baseball. Kendall was bad at everything. Mass played lacrosse.
I played basketball, football, and baseball.
So he played basketball, football, and baseball. I played curling. But like,
Who's your biggest inspiration for curling?
Matt LaFleur.
that's not true at all. It's
Paul
actually Christy
Crew.
Weber.
Matt LaFleur is an Olympian, so
Yeah, so was Kurt Angle, but we're not talking about him. So who made you fall in love with the game, the actual sport itself? White is friends or foes. So this is a topic I've been throwing around for a while that we've never really gotten to. Basically, this is going to cover your favorite team. So real quick, we'll just go around the horn. Basketball. It's a recent thing we've covered. So Chris, who's your favorite basketball team?
Chicago Bulls.
Mine is also the Chicago Bulls. Red Baron?
The Knicks.
Yeah, Houston Rockets is what you meant to say. Rebecca?
Rebecca, who's your favorite basketball team?
The Orlando Magic.
Souls?
Sixers.
Pels.
Raptors.
All right, so this is a little harder because it's basketball, but a division player that went to a rival team, so that does not work for you, Mock. But a division rival that went to, or a player that went to a division rival, or a division rival that came to your team.
Can we say conference?
No.
Shit.
If we'll amend it, but like, did you hate that player did you hate that division rival when they came to your team? Did you hate that player when they went to your division rival? Did you love them? Did it impact your opinion on that? That kind of thing. Just a brief synopsis. And then red is best of all time. So in our lifetime, so we've got ages ranging here 21 to 27. So what we're going to basically do, that's kind of the same lifespan. So in our lifetime, we'll call it 2000 to on. That's what we tend to do on the show. Who's the best of all time, in your opinion, on that team? And if it sparks some disputes, it sparks some disputes. Good? Everyone on board? I'll reiterate this as we go. But you guys cool with what the topics mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get a spin.
As that's spinning,
Kyle, you're first.
the New York Jets are terrible.
Yeah.
All right, so Kyle, you got green.
Sam Bradford's
which
having
is
a
the
bad
NFL.
night.
Sam Bradford,
The color you
my
landed on
matching
is
fit.
I caught
yellow,
it.
which is the guilty pleasure.
Sam Bradford, longtime Jet.
And current player.
Looking pretty bad out there right now.
So I'm going to actually keep going with this. I'm going to keep spinning while people are doing things to kind of speed it up. Because
I think AJ Green is the top 3.
No, you already used that one.
No, I didn't. I said Andy Dalton.
What did you say?
I said AJ Green.
No, you've talked about AJ Green being like your favorite, one of your favorite wide receivers.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
It's illegal to swat the ball out of bounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bears
All right.
got a safety for that.
It's the
yesterday.
smartest play, but it's illegal.
I think Ray Lewis is
What do they
best
call it?
linebacker of all.
Illegal batting. It's a safety.
Linebacker or middle linebacker?
But what's the
Middle
penalty?
linebacker.
Okay.
What's the it's a safety?
Illegal
All right,
batting
so
is
guys,
safety.
just so you know, Souls' guilty
In the end
pleasure
zone.
was that Ray Lewis is the best middle linebacker of all time.
Do you want to hit him for that?
No, I don't. Mock, you got red, which is the NBA. And
Red in
green,
your
which
wheelhouse.
is the love for the game. So what player made you... So, like, for you, you've never been a huge NBA fan. But, like, which player really made you appreciate basketball as a sport? So you don't have to go the Pels route on this. It doesn't have to be a favorite team thing.
Probably Meta World Peace right off the bat, right?
He likes to fight the crowd. Now, no, the answer to that is LeBron. I always liked following LeBron somewhat, just like kind of headline-wise, but he was just always a guy I respected as an athlete.
Did you own his jersey from Kohl's?
No.
Actually, you know that
I
Kendall
know.
owns the best LeBron jersey of all time?
What's that?
He owns the original Cleveland...
USA?
No, the Cleveland Cavaliers throwback. Chris, what I'm talking about. It's the maroon one with the... Or no, is it blue or maroon?
They had a blue and maroon. You talking about it got like the little
It's got the checkers.
checkers on the outline.
They had a
of
blue
the-
and a maroon one.
Yeah,
Which
they
one
had a
do you
blue
own,
and
the
a maroon.
maroon?
It was a blue, and sadly, it was disappeared in. Remember we had that flooding incident.
Well, but whatever. But you owned it.
I owned it. I owned it. Yeah.
Was it the maroon one?
No, I owned.
I had the blue one.
I had the blue. I had the blue
The
one.
blue one was
I had
way
the
more
blue one
dope.
too.
away.
I had the blue one too.
No, we had some flooding in the house, and it was in storage. It wouldn't fit me now. It was a
All right,
child's
so,
jersey.
Mass, you got MLB, and your color landed on best of all time. So I'm just going to think of a team off the top of my... You know what? I know you're not a huge MLB guy, so we'll go with the St. Louis... Nah, that's too easy, I feel like. So
Diamondbacks.
No, let's go with the New York Mets. Since 2000...
Bartolo Colon.
Who's the... Is that your serious answer?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
The correct answer is Paul LaDuca.
Does anybody have any disputation
Good
that
name.
they'd like to make? As Bartolo Colon being the greatest of all time for the Mets since 2000?
Well, I mean,
Not even close.
it wouldn't be. But I'll tell you what a fun guy to watch. Absolutely.
How's it not even close?
You think he's top 10?
Yeah.
You think he's the top 10 best Mets since 2000?
No.
Maybe a 10. But listen, he's a
Is it Mike
polarizing
Piazza or
individual.
David Wright?
Mike Piazza.
I guess it would be Mike Piazza. But
And then Wright, and then
I mean,
Bartolo.
The David Wright situation is just unfortunate because of injury stricken, but he was impactful when he was on the field. Ooh, duck
On the cover
there.
of the show.
I could not say Bartolo for that, sorry.
Listen, I like him a lot. He's a favorite of mine.
But he's not a top 10. Levon Hernandez is top 10.
top 5.
Levon
Paul
Hernandez
LaDuca.
is top 10 game wide.
I love that they just forced Brady to throw an interception and they're fucking celebrating when they're down 26-0 still.
Let me tell you something about that. When you're facing the Patriots, if you celebrate on something when you're getting blown out, it's bad news.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when the Bears decided it was a great idea to sign Lamar Houston?
And he did a celebration and tore his ACL.
On a set? Yeah. All right. So this is actually perfect.
It's not even
So,
funny, but
Chris, you'll find that it's going to be pretty slow to work around this wheel because people talk and we bullshit. This is exactly what I was hoping from you because I want to talk to you about this. So the color you got for sport was NBA, and then the topic you got was friendly foes. So just think of a Chicago Bull that went to a division rival, like a heated rival. It doesn't have to be division because NBA divisions don't mean anything. The Bulls are bigger rivals with the Knicks than they'll probably be with the Bucks for a very long time. But it's just true. I mean, the Bulls-Knicks rivalry dates back to the Jordan Ewing days, and the Bucks and Bulls.
I mean, but we've seen the Bucks in the playoffs since then, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like crazy. Like
it wasn't
like
crazy.
It
was heated, but it wasn't crazy.
But I'll take whatever you
Is
say
that the
as a
series
rival.
where the Bulls won by like 71 points?
I mean, it's not like I don't look at it as we're
just-
beefing with the Knicks because we know the Knicks aren't good. Like every time we play them, we know we're going to win.
But like overall,
So it's not beef if we're winning every time.
Right, but
You know what I'm saying?
franchise history. So like, for example, let me give you an example. So like the Bears, Chicago Bears have not had they don't have a regular beef with the Indianapolis Colts. They're out of conference. But dating way back when that didn't really matter, the Bears and the Colts had a humongous rivalry that still stands to this day. Bears fans go nuts when they play the Colts that once every 4 years, especially if it's at home. It's just it's rivalries that stay forever. You know, like so think of a player that went from a rival opponent team to the Bulls, or vice versa, from the Bulls to a rival opponent team, not counting Derrick Rose.
You gotta count him though, because he went to 2 rival teams now. He went to the Knicks, now he on Detroit.
Yeah, but
and Detroit is in our
wanna
conference now.
I want to
in
discount
our
Derrick
division.
Rose, given the circumstance.
I
Because
feel like that was the
But
only
if Derrick
one, though.
Rose had never gotten hurt as much as he did,
He would never
never
left.
would have left the Bulls. So I want to talk. I'm talking more like players that decided
Well,
to
in that
shop
case,
free
he went to 2 of your
agency,
teams.
or players that
He went to
came
2
over,
rivals. You know what I'm saying?
players that
Like,
came over in age, or players that came over due to contracts, looking for money, whatever. So just
I don't even know
disregard
if
Derrick
there.
Rose.
I don't even know if there is one because they're not.
There
really
is.
that
Can I give you a
important.
name?
Who?
Rip Hamilton.
Oh yeah, Rip did. He came from Detroit to.
Or
Ties,
Ben
but,
Gordon going to the Pistons.
I mean,
Ben
when,
Wallace?
When Ben Gordon left, I didn't really care. Like,
No, I'm just saying. But
I
like,
was like, he did his-
So Rip
he
Hamilton,
did his
let's
duty.
we'll stick with Rip Hamilton then. Did you?
I
did
was
you
happy.
gain more like for Rip Hamilton?
I was happy
when he came from the
I
Pistons
always-
to the Bulls.
I always was a fan of Rip Hamilton, but when he came, I was like, all right, now we got somebody that
they'll
can
taste on Prince's too.
stretch the floor. Because D Rose is only a baby. Like that's like me going to the league right now, taking on a whole franchise where I'm from and all that. And I'm the main
Hey, as
ball
long as you
handler,
pass
the
the
first
ball.
option to score. I'm a point guard. I got drafted #1. Like, I get Rip Hamilton. All right, you can stretch the floor, get the
I
ball
gotta
in
tell
my
you,
hands, get
I
deep court.
hated the Derrick Rose pick when it first happened.
I loved it.
It took like probably about 4 minutes into the first game for me to change my mind. But the only reason I hated it was because at the time,
Summer League, he was bad.
well,
Summer League, he was bad.
And 2, at the time when we drafted, we still had Kirk and Ben.
Yeah.
We had a backcourt that could score. We had no scoring down low. And hindsight being 2020, Michael Beasley was available.
Michael Beasley.
Hindsight being 2020, but coming out of the draft, Michael Beasley was supposed to be just as good as OJ Mayo, as just as good as Derrick Rose. Now,
He
Derrick
was supposed
Rose,
to be the best player out of that draft.
huh?
Michael Beasley was supposed to be the best player out of that draft.
He was. He was.
But like we needed
He
inside
was.
scoring at that time, and I was pissed that we didn't go with Beasley. 4 minutes into the first game, I thought Derrick Rose was going to be the next Michael Jordan for that franchise. He was going to lead us to championships. He was going to be especially being the Chicago kid, and he would have if he didn't get hurt. I honestly believe.
Like people don't even understand how good he was. Like so young. Like he was a
Oh, I know.
baby.
He was a baby,
Playing
like
against
you said.
Playing against prime Tim Duncan and the Spurs. They Big Four. We took Boston to 7 games, and they was defending champs. Like Derrick Rose rookie season, he had the best
And he
rookie.
sparked
He had,
so much-
he had the best playoff debut
And he
out of
sparked
anybody
so much
in NBA
passion
history.
on that team. So
Like,
I mean,
and it was more than just basketball. When
in
he
my
went to that
opinion,
team. That's
what
I'm
we
like.
saw, the Chicago Bulls version of Joakim Noah, which was a very dominant defensive five
fucking love
that
Joakim,
sparked
yeah.
so much joy and enthusiasm and passion, was a product of Derrick Rose. That team was a product of Derrick Rose. All right, I'm start crying. All right,
Facts. I'm gonna
so I
start
got
crying.
MLB and best real world fantasy. So real world fantasy for me would be, I would love to see, who's the center fielder for the Astros?
George Springer.
Who's the right fielder?
Josh Reddick.
George Springer.
Josh Reddick. Who's the left fielder?
Michael Brantley.
All right. And I would love to see real world fantasy. I would just love to see what the Astros could do over 162 games with Mike Trout in the outfield.
That would just make them way better than they already are.
I understand that. I'm not stupid.
No, I'm saying,
just,
like-
what would that do, though? Would that break the win record overall? Could they win 120 games with Mike Trout in the outfield?
I mean, what an offensive
Barring no
explosion.
injuries. Let's just say no injuries to anybody serious. And let's just say, like we expect Verlander and Cole, they go out and do what we expect them to do.
Yeah.
Can we see 120 wins from them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be an offensive explosion. I mean, no doubt.
There'd be
120
no
though?
hope.
Yeah.
I
120?
think we can see less than 50 losses from that team.
Yeah.
I don't think. See, this game's very different.
The Astros finished with the best record in baseball, correct?
They tied with the Yankees for it, I think.
Well,
No, they
no,
they were over.
I think it was. I was them and the Dodgers.
So, okay, if Trout's going to go to the Astros, who are you taking out?
Reddick.
Brantley.
Don't remove the worst guy. Like, you have to remove, like,
No,
Springer.
no, no. If he's Brantley, he's
No.
not the worst guy.
No, Brantley. I'm going to move Brantley, and I'm going to have Brantley be the utility outfielder / like the utility corner guy on the infield, and a DH. Kyle, shut the fuck up. This is my segment. Utility outfielder and if need be, the utility corner guy on the infield, and a DH spot playing in the American League. Who's the DH, Kyle?
Gurriel.
Doesn't he play first?
He can. It's just one of those.
But the occasional DH, but the utility outfield guy. I mean, when you have, the guys are going to need days off, and it doesn't hurt to have that backup that can play great. So I'll take out Brantley. I think Reddick's a better fielder than Brantley, personally.
Yeah, but Reddick hits like shit.
But I think he's a better fielder.
But that's what I mean. Like, I think to kind of make this somewhat reasonable, like.
Well, listen.
But the whole thing, though.
I know.
Real world fantasy is just seeing a player on a team.
Yeah.
Not trading. Because if I'm trading for Trout, then I have to trade Carrera. That has to be a part of it.
I'm not saying it's a trade. Like, even it's a free agent thing, but I don't know. Like, I understand it's a fantasy.
Both counter.
It's not fantasy in terms of. So I may have explained it incorrectly. I'm not talking about fantasy in terms of fantasy sports. I'm talking about fantasy in terms of dreams.
No, I understand.
Best player on the best team.
Well, doesn't be best player on the best team. I think a fantasy, if it lands in the NBA, would be Derrick Rose and the Bulls.
I'm saying like in that sense of the baseball.
All right, Baron.
Yes.
So you got the NFL.
Of course he did.
Yeah, right. And then it landed on
lucky.
guilty pleasure. So you got the same thing as Souls. So guilty pleasure for the NFL.
I
wish Tom Brady was a Steeler.
Not really.
Wish Bill Belichick was the head coach of the Steelers.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is really a guilty pleasure or like not really well known, but I really like when the AFC West wins.
It's not a guilty pleasure.
We already knew that.
I know.
One
It's not a
team
guilty pleasure.
specifically.
So
No,
here's the thing: your guilty pleasure has to result in something about the NFC or the AFC North or the Patriots or the Packers.
Does he hate the Packers as much as he hates the rest of his teams?
He thinks the Packers are the Patriots of the NFC.
100% are the same.
Especially now that Andrew Luck's gone, number 12 is just like a throw the flag because that guy got looked at.
Andrew Luck don't got any flags.
No, but I'm saying though, but Andrew Luck wore
Got
12.
a ruptured spleen.
Guilty
You're not old
pleasure.
enough for that call, kid.
That's a really good question.
Jacoby Jones was a good receiver.
Stephon Gilmore was
Jacoby Jones was an impactful player for a team.
I'll give you that because he wasn't a great receiver.
No, he wasn't bad.
He was an impactful player. I give you that.
I mean, I always liked. I thought Todd Heap was a really good tight
John
end.
Harbrough is a no. That's not a guilty pleasure.
No, I mean,
John Harbrough's
Tell
a
us
better
about
coach
Ty
than Mike
Law.
Tomlin.
Come on.
who?
John Harbrough's a better coach than Mike Tomlin.
That's easy.
But it's a guilty pleasure.
Well, but it's funny. It's Tomlin went to 2 Super Bowls. I mean,
With Bill Cowher's team and hasn't won a challenge since 2005.
Right. I mean, so that
Is that real?
That
He
comparison.
hasn't won a challenge since what, 2012?
How many has he actually thrown?
Are you serious?
He loses every challenge he throws. Every single one. He hasn't won a challenge in like 5 years.
Has he thrown a lot?
Oh, it doesn't mean he throws a lot, but it doesn't matter. Even if you throw 4 a year, you're losing them. You're costing your team timeouts.
Man, that's
which
hilarious.
can cost your team games, which it has.
I mean,
Combined with an aggressive play calling like Tomlin's known for, it costs team games.
Is it a guilty pleasure to like living here amongst Patriots fans and like?
No, because you live here in gluttony. That's like being like, I love eating turkey legs. It's a gluttony thing. It's not.
Well, I mean, I guess like I like being in the belly of the beast. Is that a?
No.
I don't
All right,
know. I mean,
so let's
The
move
first
to
one made sense, kind of.
which one?
Todd Heap.
Well, I like Todd Heap. I thought he was a really good tight end, and I
You also thought Dallas Clark was a good tight end.
yeah, but Dallas Clark made his most damage with the Colts.
But you also thought he was really good with the Ravens.
I mean, he was good.
Shannon
with the
Sharp was a
Ravens.
better receiver with the Ravens than he was
Hold
with the
on,
Broncos.
hold on.
Kind of
I want to
stuff
see.
you heard.
I want to see if this is roughing the passer.
So This one turned out really interesting. Is Rebecca's mic still on?
Yeah, it's still on.
Rebecca, who's the best Orlando Magic of all time?
Shaq.
You knew she was going to say that.
It's incorrect. Like, super incorrect.
It's Michael Jordan.
A person.
Hmm?
A person.
No,
that's
It's Michael Jordan.
It's the mascot.
You know,
Mark,
Marv
who's
the
the best
Magic.
Magic of all time?
I would say Dwight Howard.
Red Baron, who's the best Magic of all time?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Dwight or Penny. I feel like Penny was the most exciting, but I feel like Dwight was like the more like.
Can you talk about Hito Turco?
All right, let's talk about Jameer Nelson. All right.
Oh, I just said that. No, I would go Penny. I would go Penny over Dwight.
You guys are all wrong.
Who are you going with?
Who am I going with? Alfred Payton.
I mean, Vince Carter played with the Magic for a year.
Alfred Payton. Oh, my God.
Vince Carter was there for a year. He counts.
Yeah, that counts. Souls? Souls, you excited?
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to go ahead and give you... What gave you the love of the game, not including your favorite team, for the NHL? It's too easy for someone
hanging
who
out
doesn't
with
know
Paul.
hockey to be like, Sidney Crosby, that guy's like the next Wayne Gretzky. Actually,
Paul Kariya.
he is Wayne. Fuck you. I hope you fucking fall in a tar pit
What did he
tonight.
say? Paul Kariya.
Paul Kariya.
NHL sensation Paul Kariya.
Fuck you, you goddamn Mighty Ducks homer. I hope we fall in a tar pit tonight. Like, I hope sinkholes that we worried about when we watched cartoons as a kid become a real thing.
That's fine.
Mighty Ducks is an overrated movie.
Take this Sharpie.
Well, good for you, because I want to know,
Don't
Mock,
shine.
right now, I'm going to have to think of a random team. Who's the best Memphis Grizzly of all time, in your opinion, since 2000?
Very
Memphis
easy answer.
Grizzly.
The two. Yeah, three.
There's three.
One, two still play.
This is
All
very
three
rare,
still
though.
play.
No, one kind of out of it.
No, all three are still on an active roster.
Well, if we talk about like retired numbers,
No, I'm
number 9's gone.
Oh, actually, you know what? There's actually 4 answers, really. If you really want to break it down, I could accept 4 answers.
Except one shouldn't really be an all great, but he is for them.
Who are you talking about?
Tony Allen.
No.
He had a number retired.
Okay, that's great,
No,
but
I'm going Zach Rudolph.
Zach Randolph?
Randolph.
That's an acceptable answer. I would have also accepted Powell, Mark, and Conley.
Nope, Zebo.
Mark probably 4th on that out of 4.
Chandler Parsons, yo.
Yeah.
Over Zach Randolph?
Over everybody.
I had a bunch of names
He averaged
shoot into my
5
head
points a
really quick,
game.
but I'm pretty sure most of them are Timberwolves.
I was trying to mouth the mock.
Memphis Timberwolves.
I was trying to mouth the mock. I was going, Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay.
All right, Marcy. So you got, MLB again.
Okay.
This time it's your guilty pleasure. Nothing Yankees is acceptable.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Just like with Mock, nothing Red Sox would be acceptable.
He loved the Red Sox.
That's not true.
I don't like the team. I just love every player on it.
I like some of the players.
All of
I'd
them.
like to imagine them in Yankees uniforms.
Betts is going to be traded this year.
Yep. And
To
then
the
I
Yankees,
can't
I hope.
wait to love him.
To the Reds.
He also loves Xander Bogaerts. He
I
loves
like
Coco
Bogaerts.
Crisp.
I hated Coco
He
Crisp.
loves Chris
I used to
Sale.
like Coco Chris.
Fuck that
I used to
guy.
like Coco Chris.
I like the cereal.
I used to
He
go
loved
crazy with
David
him in
Ortiz. He loved
MLB.
Manny Ramirez.
No,
He
no,
loved
no.
Jason Varitek.
All of them.
Listen,
used to
I
go crazy
liked
with him in
Manny like
MLB.
you like AJ Hawk.
That's incorrect.
It is correct.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
Did you like Beckett?
Did you ever meet? Did you ever
The
meet Manny
Patriots
Ramirez?
defense
I got real
has
close to him
18
once. Did
you meet him?
interceptions
No.
on the season.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, as of 10:31 p.m. October 21st, 2019, the Patriots have 18 interceptions
Holy
so far.
shit.
Yeah, they haven't played a real
Look
NFL
at the
team.
quarterbacks
I know,
they
but
face.
still.
I know.
No, it's not still. They haven't played an NFL franchise.
It's a joke.
They played a bunch of Pop Warner teams.
You're not wrong.
There's 19.
Do we think the Patriots are going to hold up when they start playing
There's
real
19.
teams?
Yeah, because they do it every year.
All right.
They play
guilty
an easy
pleasure.
schedule and then win a
Mine's
Super
going to be a
Bowl.
little bit dated for it, but I'm still going to say it. I rooted for the Cubs to win the World Series the year that they did.
Yeah, so did everybody.
Nope.
Except White Sox fans.
No, just Paul. A lot of White Sox fans were probably like, "Oh yeah, bring a series home to Chicago. At least the city will win it." I'd rather watch the city burn.
I think a lot of people were in because Back to the Future was close.
Yeah, it's true.
They were like a year off.
That's a terrible movie, by the way.
Oh.
Never seen it.
Oh my God, Mass.
You've never seen Back to the Future?
None of them.
I mean, it's like, God.
You're
All right,
off the
you got
trip.
NBA again, Chris. Except this
That's
time
not
you
nice.
got love of the
I
game.
know, I'm sorry.
So what NBA player really gave you the love of the game of basketball?
Well,
Shabazz Napier.
nah, it was definitely Sean Livingston. No, we stop.
That guy should have never played basketball again. I don't know how
Definitely D Rose.
No way. You were playing basketball way before D Rose.
I mean, I was.
So
growing up, I was watching a lot of Jordan and Iverson and like players.
I'm not
like
Okafor.
yeah, that horrible Bobcats team. I like D Wade and Melo. Like I was watching
Raymond
them.
Felton.
Oh my God, I hate Raymond Felton.
What do you mean?
So bad.
God.
He's fat.
What do you mean?
Raymond Felton is fat.
Yeah, so am I. What's the
Listen,
point?
you're in the wrong room to be throwing that word around, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Count
5.
boobs and butt. Yeah.
For his profession, though, you can't be fat.
I'm fat for my profession.
All right, so I got
Unless you're a shooter. Unless you're a
Worked
shooter.
in a fast food
Someone
restaurant.
quick
It's far
From your
course.
profession.
We'll throw the team quick up. All right, that's super easy. Larry Fitzgerald.
All right.
Larry.
We got best of all time since 2000.
Oh, it's Kurt Warner.
Actually, I was thinking going the
Kevin Kolb.
Fuck, what's his name?
Drew Stanton.
David
No,
Johnson.
Jermaine Gresham.
Jermaine Gresham.
There's the
Kendall.
name. Mike Upati.
Ooh, Kendall, you got you choose for sport.
Ooh, let's do some
NFL.
basketball.
Okay. Guilty pleasure.
Ooh.
You're actually a Houston Rockets fan.
No,
Spin
God,
it.
this is the time you've been waiting
no,
for.
no.
Nope, spin
are,
it. That's
though.
the answer. That's the answer.
I
Spin
love
it.
all things Draymond.
Oh man.
He
Is
is
that real? Or you
excellent.
being a dick?
He
No.
said that a number of
Defensively, yeah.
No, he loves him as a
Offensively,
person.
No, I like him. He's a real rat, and that's kind of the person I am at heart.
Rebecca, you got green, which is the NFL, and green is love of the game. So what NFL player gave you the love of football?
Michael Strahan, done. Move on.
Eli Manning.
It's David Boston.
Ooh,
It's
David
Eli
Boston.
Manning.
Robert Griffin III.
She's gonna know who David Boston.
Eli Manning pop looks a lot like Eli Manning every time he
It's
gets
so
sick.
funny. Just
So
wide-eyed.
You got double. Yeah.
Women's tennis.
All right, so NHL guilty pleasure.
Venus. NHL guilty pleasure.
Serena's better.
Did you guys ever hear the Louis C.K. bit?
I'm really
With
pissed off I
tennis?
keep getting the NHL ones.
Oh my god, the Louis C.K. bit with tennis.
Oh, Maria Sharapova.
No. He was talking about like how he wants to die, and he's like, I don't want to go with a meaningless death. Like, I want to die with like Venus riding my face while Serena shoving a tennis racket up my ass in the White House.
I think Char's pretty good.
Can you
All
elaborate?
right.
That's all you got for me. I don't like him, but he's
Just a
pretty good.
Statement.
Yeah, it's not a guilty pleasure. We'll accept it though. Machine washable. I'm gonna stop the wheel kind of so I'm not gonna look though. All right, so you got blue and yellow. So you choose
Blue and yellow, blue and yellow.
Oh, I choose the sport?
Yep.
Give me
Bless
football.
Football. All right, guilty pleasure.
Ooh.
Bless you.
All right,
Bless
this
you.
isn't fair though because Mock just
Loves
like with
Eagles.
baseball, you know, like everybody on the Eagles, I love
No,
them.
that's not true.
The Cowboys are pretty good. I would trade for Dak Prescott in a heartbeat.
Nope.
I
No.
Redskins
don't think-
are better than the Giants.
I love watching.
No, they're not.
I love watching Zeke Elliott. He's so much better than Saquon.
Fair.
I disagree with that one.
I should trade Chark to Kendall. No.
Ezekiel Elliott is a better pure running back than Saquon Barkley.
I guess like a sports or an NFL guilty pleasure.
Tom Brady at the GOAT.
No, he's not. He
The
plays a cupcake
Patriots
schedule
deserve
every
to win
year.
those 2 Super Bowls against us.
Jason Garrett's not that bad.
He's terrible.
Chip Kelly wasn't that bad.
I wish he lasted longer.
Why? Because he was driving them into the ground?
Come on, Mock.
Come on, you picked the sport, shouldn't you know?
Yeah, but I didn't know I was gonna get guilty pleasure. Let's see.
You
let's
love
see.
that Deshaun Jackson
Ooh,
return.
no. Ooh,
You
no.
love it.
I don't know.
Miracle
I
in the Meadowlands and Miracle in the Meadowlands 2 were the 2 best games ever played.
Let me tell you something.
I tell you what.
Miracle at the
Anyone
Meadowlands
else
2
really want to
was
stab
awesome.
Massey right in his neck?
I loved Miracle at the Meadowlands too.
I hated it.
Well, duh. Come on, man.
You like Tony Romo as a broadcaster?
I do like Tony Romo as a broadcaster.
That's kind of a guilty
Matt,
pleasure.
you got MLB and you got love of the game.
Can I pick another sport? This is 3 MLBs in a row.
Well, that's because you suck ass. What MLB player gave you the love for baseball?
Albert Pujols.
Damn, that's a good one.
You'd say Chris Carpenter. It's fine.
Adam Wainwright.
My mass. I don't know why you guys are all like adamantly watching this game like it's going to change.
I'm not. I'm just staring
like,
out
all
into
of
space.
a sudden, the Jets are going to drop 30 points in 5 minutes.
I would pay to see that happen.
Well, if Sam Darnold could stop throwing passes to the Patriots.
Somebody should just tell me he plays for the Jets.
Get those garbage time points, James White.
Oh, my God.
It's Albert Pujols.
We give you 3. Matt Holliday.
Just say David Ortiz.
No, I'm not going to say David Ortiz.
That's what I would say.
Chris Bryant's a better first baseman than Albert Pujols. All right, we're moving on. So that's Matt's guilty pleasure. No, it's not a guilty pleasure. You like the Yankees. All right, so you got blue, which is pick your sport.
You didn't say guilty pleasure.
We'll pick basketball, of course.
So who give you love of the game?
Jeter.
Okay.
I'm pick basketball, of course.
Hockey.
So you can't pick basketball.
I can't?
No.
Oh,
You already
shit.
got the topic.
Hockey.
I'll pick baseball. No,
All right,
football.
Football?
Yeah.
All right, so who gave you the love of the game for football? Who's your favorite football team? We haven't covered that. Who's your favorite sports team? So you're a Bulls fan.
Bulls fan. I like Minnesota football.
You ever love someone and hate them in 5 seconds?
like
I
Paul
will-
was going to hold your
just so you
hand the
can
way
stab him.
home.
My favorite player was Adrian Peterson, so that's why I was watching Minnesota.
My eyes just
Got
snapped.
these kids. Love it.
My eyes just, as soon
He
as
just
said
gave him a
Minnesota,
beating.
my eyes just snapped.
He gave him
I'll
a
tell you something,
beating.
Jeff's not here, but he could back me on what Adrian Peterson went through.
What Adrian Peterson did to his kids, that was happening to me when I was growing up. Like, I was getting a beating.
This guy's so dark.
That's
I
it.
don't like
Your
this.
parents are gonna be
it wasn't.
suspended
It
for
wasn't
a season.
abuse. It wasn't
Did you give me
abuse.
some donut?
It wasn't abuse. Oh yeah, let me get some donut. He said, "Let me get some donut." But
This bottle's getting real sticky.
Yeah, you
said
said
that
already.
like 3
I
times.
know. All right, so I got white.
it's
which
not
was
getting
MLB,
better.
And I got red, which was best of all time. Someone give me a team. Go.
Rangers, New York
what sport?
Rangers, New York
No,
Rangers.
baseball.
Oh, baseball.
Texas Rangers.
Boston Red Sox.
I need. All right, hold on. I'm gonna.
San Francisco.
Kendall, give me a team.
Let's go with the Miami Marlins.
Since 2000.
Since 2000.
3
Yeah,
inches.
say it.
From
Say it.
Liz.
I'll give you that
Oh,
one,
damn.
but there are some other ones.
Giancarlo.
You got 3 of them.
The one in the 2003 team that nobody liked to remember.
See, I forget everybody that was on that team because I didn't give 2 fucks about baseball.
Miguel Cabrera.
Talking some Chris
He
Coughlin.
was way better as a Tiger.
Josh Beckett.
Way better as a Tiger. Anybody who played for the Marlins was better as a Tiger,
Even if they didn't play
including
for the
Jose
Tigers.
Canseco.
Oh, is that
He played
supposed
for
to
either
fill
one
those?
of them.
Just one of them.
I mean, so here's the deal. I want to be honest with you. This is my topic for it. So I'm going to go with
Jose Fernandez.
no. I'm going to go with Giancarlo Stanton, and that's because I've followed baseball since 2000, but I followed the White Sox since 2000 and the Cubs just because they were part of Chicago culture, and that was a big part of my culture. You know, my youth growing up was Chicago culture. But I didn't, I mean, the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Mets, those were teams I knew because of the area I lived in, but I didn't know the Marlins. I couldn't name you anybody on the Astros team in 2005. I couldn't name you anybody on the Diamondbacks in 2002 unless Goldschmidt was really there at that time.
You could probably name the Astros in 2005. They played the White Sox in the World
Yeah,
Series.
Jack Walls, baby. Oh, that guy. He's my favorite.
They actually had the Yankees starting rotation in that rotation.
But I'm just saying, what? Starting rotation in that rotation? But I'm just saying, other than the big names and some occasional, here's and there's,
I'll give you a stand.
for me, baseball as a whole really didn't pick up till 2010, probably, like my junior year in high school. So I'm going to give it to
Dr.
Stanton.
Willis would have also been a good answer.
Okay, I don't give a fuck what your best answers would have been.
I'm just asking you. You tell me.
Kendall, we're doing a reverse spin for you. We've never done a reverse spin
Never
before.
reverse spin.
You did get NFL, though.
God damn it!
Does that break the calibration of the
You
wheel?
got NFL. Ooh, friends or foes?
All right.
So
First time we had that, right?
No.
Oh.
Chris and I talked about it with the Bulls.
Yeah. I
So,
recall.
so a Steeler that went to a division rival, not James Harrison, does not count.
God, that was going to be an easy toss-up for me.
So a Steeler that went to a division rival that you or a division rival that came to the Steelers. Patriots are also acceptable, not counting Mike Vrabel.
Or James Harrison.
Don't say Jacoby Jones. He wasn't pretty good for us.
Nah, he wasn't. But you're talking to a player that left and you still kind of liked.
It doesn't have to be liked.
I actually got a pretty good
player that
answer.
left the Steelers to go to a rival team of the Steelers, or a rival team of the Steelers who had a player come to them.
Question.
And then I just want to know, like, did you like that player once they left the rival team and came to the Steelers, or did you still like that player when they went to the division rival? You know what I'm saying?
So
Question. Do they have to have gone straight to the division rival?
No, you just had to have played for them.
Okay, well,
For like,
I know where you're going with
like
that.
something like not an extended period of time, but like
Right.
they had to have like been an somewhat impactful player for a season or so.
well, then I'm going to go with Mike Wallace because that was a player I really liked a lot.
So did you dislike him immensely after he went to Baltimore?
I dislike. Well, he was a Dolphin first, I believe.
Yes.
And then from that moment, I was really upset that he went. And then the fact that he went to Baltimore was just kind of like salt in the wound for that. And then I would say he had one really good game against Pittsburgh of the 6 he played. I can't remember if he had 3 years there, but still, it didn't matter. I was really annoyed.
All right, that's fair. Rebecca, you got NFL and best of all time. I'm going to give you the Jaguars. Who's the best Jaguar since 2000?
One answer.
There's two.
There's three.
Actually,
answers.
the thing is, she could know a player who is valid.
I'll give it to three. There's three. I'll give it to three.
Then
Have
four.
initials?
Well, no, one of them is just
I'll
initials.
give you the positions: quarterback, running back, tight end.
Quarterback, too.
It's not Minshew magic.
Are you saying Blaine Gabbert?
Quarterback, running back,
No.
tight end.
Since 2000, remember.
I mean, if you want to go off like the Homer factor, LB also counts in that. But
Oh, I forgot about
Paul
him.
Posnowski's square ass face is just awesome.
Not a WR?
Paul, didn't he
you
play
thinking?
for Buffalo, too?
Jimmy Smith.
He did. Started with Buffalo.
He had a lot of downs in the '90s, though.
Who was it?
Didn't Keenum? Who did you say? Jimmy Smith. He had a lot of downs in the '90s and
Can I look it up?
Yeah, late
No.
90s.
No.
Just say Mark Brunell.
Can you? I want to try to get it, but in
All
a
right,
timely fashion.
How about
All right, I'll give you a hint. You ready? Think of a really expensive car.
Lamborghini.
No, like a
Lamborghini
stereotypically
Jones?
expensive car. Like if you see someone
A
driving
damn
this, you know they've got
Tesla.
some money.
An Acura.
All right, so she drives a Ford Edge. No, like come on, think about it. Circle emblem.
Maserati.
Circle emblem.
BMW.
3 stars or 3 points.
Mercedes.
Audi.
All right. Really, that's
Mercedes.
what you're going to give it to?
Benz.
I think Mercedes Lewis is the best Jaguar since 2000.
They got half of it.
Overall, I think he is.
MJD was pretty good for a little while.
Yeah, but not for the same amount of time that Mercedes
No.
Lewis was dominant. Mercedes Lewis was dominant before MJD and after.
Yeah. I still think he
I
was
believe
acceptable.
Julius Thomas was a Jaguar.
He was.
Oh my
So-
god, I forgot about
Who
that.
was the tight end you were talking about?
Mercedes Lewis.
Oh.
Souls, you got NFL.
Thanks for
and
joining
your
us, Souls.
color is Real World Fantasy.
Yeah, that's their first World War Fantasy.
Mass, you owe me $30.
Second. I got the Mike Trout one with the Astros.
Oh, shit.
It comes with your 18 rack.
Yeah.
It's
Julio
okay, you can
Jones
say
with
it.
the-
I'd love to see DeAndre Hopkins on the Patriots.
Julio Jones with the line.
Oh my god, What? What'd you just say?
What did Calvin Johnson do with the Lions?
Exactly what Julio Jones would do.
So nothing. Because Calvin Johnson was about 3 times better than Julio Jones is.
All right,
that
so
one?
that was my question. I wanted to ask this earlier in the show. Does everybody think that Julio Jones is as good as everybody makes him out to be?
Yes, he's top 5 wide receiver, absolutely without a doubt.
But everybody makes him out to be the best.
No, that's not true. I don't think that's true at all.
It's not
I think-
true anymore.
I think that at one point people were consistently arguing between him and AB, with the exceptional like OVJ in the mix. I think over 50% of the NFL like knowledgeable fan base would agree that DeAndre Hopkins is the best wide receiver.
I got a better one.
Wait, can I just say that Darnold threw 4 interceptions in 3 quarters?
Yeah, he sucks.
Patrick Mahomes with the Jags.
That's like I could go to the NFL right now and I wouldn't even do that.
I'm sorry,
Can
what?
I give you one better? Hear me out. Saquon Barkley with the Buccaneers.
Ooh.
That offense would put up about 60 a game.
Yeah, it would.
Even with Winston throwing 5 picks.
So is there a different, like, can any other quarterback be there?
I say my real world fantasy is Mahomes to the Jaguars.
Fitzpatrick on the Bills.
To the Jags.
Hasn't that happened already?
Yep.
Bring him back.
Mark, you got NHL.
All right.
And you got best of all time. So, let's go with the real dark
Sabres.
horse here. Coyotes.
Nope.
Bruins.
He said no.
Mark. The Bruins. Who's the best since 2000?
Uh,
There's only one correct answer.
It's not Mario Lucic.
I'm going to tell you this right now. There is only
His
one
name
correct
is not
answer.
Mario.
Mario.
It's a me, Mario.
Mario.
Kendall,
I mean,
did an impression
since
for you.
2000,
Expected
I'm
you
going
to
to
get
say
excited,
Chara.
and you didn't, Kendall.
What?
I'm really upset.
I'm going to say Chara.
That is incorrect.
Are you saying Marchand or Bergeron?
Bergeron, without a doubt. And I think every Bruins fan would agree with me.
All right,
said
so I
Matt
got
I
MLB.
wish Tyler Sagan stayed there.
Now you got Green, which is the NFL.
I would have said Matt Hoffman.
And you got White, which is friends or foes. So for the Rams, I would consider division rivals to pretty much just be the NFC West.
Yeah, they
Well,
go around
who
over
used
there.
to be the goalie for the Bruins? I can't think of the name. Before Tuca. Was it something Thomas?
I don't know, about 2 beers ago I would have remembered.
Joe Thomas.
Was it Joe?
Joe Thomas was the offensive tackle. For the Rams.
It was
First
Joe
offensive
was his
lineman in
name
history.
Tim?
It's not
Tim Thomas was a power forward for the Bulls and a lot of other teams.
It's something Thomas. I think Mass is on it.
Max
I am.
Thomas.
Tim Thomas.
Tim Thomas.
It is Tim Thomas. He was a better Nick than he was a Bruin, though.
Timothy.
Big T Thomas.
I'd love to get Jeff here to talk to you because Jeff and I have this love for the ever so interested Chicago Knicker Bulls because there's just so many players that have played for both their franchises. I mean, think about it. If you did it in their prime, we're talking Derrick Rose,
Joakim Noah.
Tyson Chandler, Jamal Crawford.
Justin Holiday.
There's so many.
Like, I feel like
All right, Mike, what you
that
got?
Knicks team would have been.
What?
If it wasn't for Phil Jackson.
Matt, what you got?
All right, so it's friends or foes, division rivals. There's only one real answer. Anybody?
I don't know if you know this, but this is your segment right now.
All right, Kurt Warner.
Carter Robert.
Did you still love him? Well, hold on.
There we go.
If I remember correctly, when did Kurt Warner take the Arizona Cardinals to the Super Bowl?
2007.
I was gonna say
2008.
Okay.
8.
I was not watching football.
I remember. Well, this is going to spark some interest from somebody not here. But I remember my freshman year of college, way before there was ever a Red Baron in the friendship group. It was Mass and I. And Chris Massey was a fan of one New Orleans Saints
This is
football
true.
team. So Kurt Warner is like a non-factor for you, bud. I need somebody since you've been a fan.
He was a giant first.
He went with fucking Wallace. Wallace was the Dolphin first.
Yeah, but Giants, he
Oh
sucked
my
at
fucking
Giants.
God. Since I've been a fan,
Yep.
Wallace was a Dolphin before.
I don't know
Raven.
that anybody's
Yeah, he
actually
was.
gone
Is that where he
to
signed?
Initially, yeah.
any of those teams in that time.
Got to be somebody.
Sure, Pharaoh Cooper went to the fucking Cardinals.
Did you hate him more after?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why? I don't think he did anything.
No, it was Kurt Warner, and I kind of.
All right.
I was kind of.
First, you got White, which is the MLB, and
was
you got
open.
Red, which is best of all time. So let's go with.
San Francisco Giants.
No, we're gonna go with the Atlanta Braves. So since 2000, who's been the best Atlanta Brave of all time?
Trooper Joe.
All right, so let's go. Do you know baseball?
Not really. Like, I like the Red Sox just because of David Ortiz.
All right, so who's not counting David Ortiz? Who's the best Red Sox since 2000?
There's one answer.
Salsa La Macchia.
Get out of my room.
That's amazing for Mass to come out with that name.
Salta La Macchia.
I mean,
starting pitcher.
that's incredible.
That is the hint I will give you.
I used to just watch. I mean, I used to like Coco Chris.
That guy sucked. I hate him so much.
Who?
Coco Crisp.
I used to
the guy
like
you're
him.
thinking of.
I used to play MLB, and that was like my best player to use when I was playing MLB.
What's your answer, Souls?
Pedro Martinez.
Incorrect. The correct answer was David Wells.
So I just want to make a point. This team beat the Cowboys last week.
Yeah, now they're facing a more.
Actually, it's funny you bring that up because I don't think we talked about when did they play Sunday night?
Yeah.
Who?
I was
Jets,
watching
Cowboys?
like
425.
Was it a 425 game?
Yeah, it was late Sunday.
Good
But I
game,
don't think I
Sam.
shared that. Oh, Kendall, your giraffe of a sister posted a picture on Instagram.
Did she?
She did. It says,
So her
"Please
being a
come
whore?"
smash." What?
That's a private message, not a post.
Oh, that is a private message. My bad. No, so I saw this thing. I shared it with the man of many names. But since 1990, NFL teams are 90-1 when they win time of possession, total yards, turnovers, pick up 25 plus first downs, and convert 10 or more third down attempts.
Cowboys are the one.
The Cowboys losing to the Jets was the one.
Wow.
Sounds like the Cowboys.
All right, so I got NHL and I got White, which was friends or foes. It's a tough one because not a lot of guys have really moved within division.
Riveting radio.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking. Well, you guys have all the opportunity in the world to talk. It's fucking 5 of you. 6 if you count Rebecca's boobs.
How we doing?
John
Isn't
Carlson
that
going to the
Wait,
Arizona
don't.
Coyotes.
Isn't that 7 though?
John Carlson going. No, she only got one boob. She's really wide.
Uniboob. Classic.
All right, Kendall, you got blue and yellow. So you choose.
NFL.
No. I've done 2 NFLs.
Go NHL.
I'll do NHL.
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure.
Who's the NHL team again? Remind us. Oh wait, we don't have an NHL team.
All right, Paul.
He says Blackhawks.
I like the Blackhawks.
No, that's just because it's a homer pick for me.
Do you want me to do a random generator for him?
So, for the fans out there, the Riddler and I we've lived together 3 separate times, and, I watched...
I'll give him the Blackhawks, but he can't credit any championships to his record.
No, and I don't, and I won't.
Do you want to bring up a random generator for him?
Nope. I'll give him the Blackhawks. He's watched more Blackhawks games than any of you have watched hockey games.
He's watched more than I watched last season.
And to be truthfully honest, if Rebecca never existed, I would have watched probably the majority of my hockey with Paul, because I'd be watching a lot
True,
more
that
if I didn't have to.
lactating cow over there.
If I didn't have to maintain a girlfriend, then God, my free time would
Not even a
be
girlfriend,
rubber.
really. Just never mind.
Really, man? She's going to throw him under the bus like that?
Yep.
You want to go, Dick?
I didn't hear what he said. What is
Fuck
that?
you, Kyle.
All right.
What is that?
I don't want to
Fiance.
repeat it.
Repeat it.
Fiance.
Oh, she did one. I see what you did there.
Well, same.
You can't go to Pittsburgh now.
Yeah, thanks for starting a fight for him in the car on the way home.
Yeah. Kendall, why don't you get some more private stock?
I'd actually like that.
Actually, we could probably do another round the horn on that.
I'm a little dejected because I was poised, and I deserved to beat Massey big time, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Let's get one more round the horn on the private stock.
I gotta drink my first.
I'm
or-
pretty bummed, honestly.
So-
Sony
not do the
Michelle
other
really
one?
got you.
What?
Yeah, then do the other one.
Can you pass that back, miss?
I had to eat some Scooby Snacks before the shot.
Why don't you fill Kendall up? Fill Kendall up big time.
Please.
Kendall.
No.
Well, I think the best thing you can do is once you take a there's a
The ball's in front of you,
look,
you
there's
dick.
there's a there's a Bourbon County in the fridge. Take a sip out of it and just dump the shot in there.
Bourbon County.
All right, so
It's so sticky.
Kendall had NHL guilty pleasure. I don't think he's given us one.
He likes Zdeno Chara.
No, I never liked Zdeno Chara. But however, I don't really like any Boston teams. My God, I can't remember his name now. We actually went to college with him. Oh my God, he worked with us at the library.
Steven.
Uh,
are you talking about Shane?
Shane
Scoville.
And in real life, he is
Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand. I think he's a really good player.
I love Brad Marchand.
Here.
That will be my guilty pleasure forever. I wish he was just in my ass at all times. Kendall is over. Kyle. That was a good save. You like that? You got NBA best of all time. I'm going to go ahead and give you the
Timberwolves.
Other than Michael Jordan.
I feel like we're burning through these shot glasses.
The Portland Trailblazers.
Fresh one every time.
He's going to argue with himself about Damian Lillard versus Brandon Roy.
Give him the Nuggets.
No.
But he won't. No, I know he won't. So,
Give him like Charlotte Hornets or something.
It's Kemba.
I mean, technically,
It's Kemba.
It could be Chris Paul.
That's the New Orleans Hornets, though, which would follow.
But they
the New
switched
Orleans.
over.
But that follows to
That's
the New Orleans
still-
Pelicans now that they have a
Do
team.
they take their history?
Give them
with
the
them,
Lakers.
or they just?
I don't know.
I mean, it depends on what they
I
do.
think you go by history of the city versus history of the team.
True.
Give them
And-
the Lakers.
and they gotta be.
Because the New Orleans Hornets were the Charlotte Hornets before that. It went Charlotte to New Orleans to Charlotte. So do you travel? You know, was
Like, I don't know.
Was
Like, you
Larry
could do the same-
Johnson the
but you
best?
could do the
Was
same-
Larry Johnson an all-time great in Charlotte or New Orleans history?
That's the same with Sonics and OKC.
Kansas City Chiefs.
But see, but that's a little different though because that
'Cause
team
they
just moved.
He
They
said
didn't bounce from city.
So if Seattle got a
back
new
to city.
team right now.
If Seattle got a new team right now, it would be the Seattle Sonics would still be OKC. But if OKC sold it to Seattle
But,
and they became the Supersonics,
It's
what
a
do you
team
count?
trying to go back to Seattle right now.
Huh?
It's a team that's trying to go back to Seattle right now. That's not even.
It depends.
OKC.
If they name themselves the Supersonics, then Rashard Lewis all time. But
Ray Allen. Ray Allen.
who's the best? See, I feel like that one's. too
Who's the
easy
best
to
Raptor of all time?
KD? Let me stop.
I was gonna say Atlanta Hawk, but I feel like that's too easy.
Bro, imagine Russ. in
Well,
a
it's Trae
Seattle
Young.
Jersey.
Nah,
That would be wild.
I think Atlanta Hawk. I think all three of the NBA fans at the table could agree it'd be
Celtics.
Joe Johnson.
I'm going with Joe.
I don't
Joe
know.
Johnson, and then Al Horford close second.
Josh Smith would be fourth.
Why don't you shut your mouth about Josh Smith? That guy sucked.
I say he's fourth.
Yeah,
He's
he
like
was fourth until he started trying to shoot threes. Then he dropped to 19th.
Definitely
Alright,
Joe
Souls-
Johnson.
Dallas Mavericks.
No, we're just gonna come up with one off the cusp. So, Souls, who is the best
Wizard.
Yeah, it's stupid
Who's the best
smirk on
Washington Wizard
Belichick's
since
face.
2000?
Michael Jordan.
Between two people.
Who, Bradley Beal and Gilbert Arenas?
Yeah.
I will go with Gilbert. I will go with Gilbert.
100,000%.
I will go with
Bradley
Gilbert.
Beal for sure.
I will go with Gilbert.
Because Bradley Beal's not winning them games by himself. Gilbert Arenas did it regularly.
I will go with Gilbert, Bradley Bill, and then John Wall.
No love for Marcin Gortat.
All right, spin that wheel.
Bald eagle ass.
We're going to 3 o'clock tonight, right?
I feel like we're forgetting about someone from that team.
So, Mark, you got blue and yellow. So, blue
No.
is you choose.
Next will be Michael Jordan.
What's the yellow category?
No.
Well, I just want to make sure it's not the guilty pleasure again.
That's what it is. If you pick a team, if you pick a sport you already did, you have to come up with another one.
All right, I'll do football.
All right, guilty pleasure.
That was mine last time.
Come up with a new one.
You know who it could be?
Redskins are the best team in the NFC East, and I
Antoine
love
Jameson
watching
was
them.
not better than Gilbert Arenas. Just wasn't.
Not like after Brad Bill and John Wall.
But like Gilbert Arenas was doing like this whole like Damian Lillard thing, like this clutch from literally anywhere on the court. If he shot the ball, it was going in for the win.
Gilbert Arenas was bringing straps to the game.
Yeah, that's why he got kicked out.
He was bringing guns to the
Or
game.
JaVale McGee.
Or
Shaq
Nick
to the fool.
Nick
Yeah.
Young. Nick Young.
This guy gets it.
I think it's Bradley
Nick
Beal.
Young.
I'm glad you brought him up.
I think it's Bradley Beal.
Yeah,
Nah,
come back now,
it's Gilbert
Chris.
Arenas. What's Bradley Beal going to do by himself? Is Bradley Beal going to make them an 8 seed by himself?
Nah.
Mark, do you have a guilty
I could
pleasure?
I could name 9 teams better.
But here's the thing.
Mark, do you have a
Gilbert
guilty
Arenas
pleasure
also had a
yet?
better team than Bradley Beal.
I think.
Because the Wizards definitely will not have a
Gilbert
better
Arenas
record
also
than
has a lot
Chicago.
more injury plague than Bradley Beal's dealing with.
Not true.
It is 100% true.
Because
We've
he
gotten
doesn't have
back
his
to
counterpart,
Cal's
John
topic.
Wall.
It's Mark's turn.
If John Wall was there, they'd be an 8 seed.
They would not.
I think they would be.
I think they
would
would.
not.
I
I
think
disagree.
they could get that 8 seed.
Nope.
I feel
I disagree.
they'll be fighting with Miami for it.
They also lost Dwight Howard last year.
You lock down the perimeter against Gilbert Arenas and Bradley Beal, and what are they going to do?
They're not going to.
They are. We've seen it work in the past. Come on, Mike. Guilty pleasure.
Don't act like I'm the one holding it up.
You are.
No, you guys just went on a rant.
I'm Buzz Lightyear.
No.
Apple Orchard. Calling your mom a bitch.
I mean, I guess my only other really guilty pleasure in the NBA is I love the
NFL.
Colts. Or sorry, NFL. There was basketball on the TV. I love the Colts. Like, as
Why
an
is that a guilty
absolute
pleasure? Yeah.
I don't really have any in the NFL.
You love Carson Wentz.
I don't love Carson Wentz.
You do.
I like Carson Wentz.
You've spoken so highly about it's not a guilty pleasure either. That's a soul's pleasure.
Kyle, I only hate the Steelers because of you.
He hates the Steelers for the same reason you hate the Giants.
Because of each other?
Yes.
Yeah. No, Kyle doesn't hate the Giants because of me.
No, I hate the
Kyle
Giants
says it's because of Chris, but it's also because of you. He's told me.
I hate the Yankees because of him.
How? Kyle, that doesn't make any sense.
All right, so anyways, spin the wheel.
I have a real good guilty pleasure for the NFL, but I don't know if I'm going to get it.
He loves
Nice,
Matt
ready?
Stafford.
Yeah. All right, so we got NHL, we've got Friends and Foes.
No, that's not true at all, you dumb bitch. White is the MLB. You fucking whore.
Hope you
Friendly
like
foes,
talk.
you dick fuck cocksucker.
Fowler came over.
Huh?
Dexter Fowler came over.
Is that notable?
Yeah.
Do something better.
No. That's my answer.
All right. Did you like him more? Did
Yeah.
you hate him still?
No.
I want to do the friendly foes thing with like a lot of thought, like in research. I think there's a lot of good discussion that can come from this. Especially from the football side.
Why would I hate him more? He came over to help our team win.
All right, so Chris, we're going to leave you on a real good note here to end out the show. So, who gave you the love of the game for hockey?
Wayne Gretzky.
All right.
I won't accept that. You were not alive when he was doing what he was doing.
But I was watching that on YouTube.
I won't accept that.
I watch everything on YouTube.
Brad Martian.
Say Alexander Ovechkin.
That was going to be my answer.
I'm going to just say
never
I
got the
play
answer.
hockey professionally, but I'm lying. But I'm going to just go with that.
That's right. This guy gets it. So I got blue. Oh, I get to you choose. I got white, which is friends or foes.
That would no. You want a guilty pleasure?
Friends or foes is my segment though. There's so many.
So many.
So many.
Clay Dix.
It's
Julius
too
Peppers.
recent.
There was Kyle or
I hated him so much after.
who was that? Who was the Jared Allen? Jared Allen came over.
Nah, I always loved Jared Allen forever. It's like the same. He kind of had the Brett Favre syndrome. I wouldn't have loved him anymore if he was a Bear. I just always loved him.
Was that your guilty pleasure?
No, this is going to be kind of a curveball in the guilty pleasure.
But you're not doing guilty pleasure. You're doing friend or foes.
Or friend or foes, I meant. Sorry. This is a curveball on the friend or foes. This player never actually played for my team, but he played for two different division rivals.
Okay.
I became a much bigger lover of Greg Jennings after he became a Minnesota Viking. Because I
Put the
hate
team
the
on his
Minnesota
back,
Vikings
though.
with almost every ounce of my body. That last ounce is reserved for the Packers. All right, Red Baron, get the last one.
All right.
Before we get to the fourth hour of our segment.
Real quick before you give Kendall his, what was your guilty pleasure going to be?
My guilty pleasure?
Yeah. For the NFL. You said you had a good one for it.
We'll save it for another time.
Come on.
I don't know what this is.
It's you got to say your guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Come on.
That's red.
There you go, white. So you choose
Tell
a
us
sport.
about Aaron Rodgers. Come on.
You choose a sport, dick, cock.
We'll do baseball.
Tell you what, there's 3 people in this room that are in for a real rough ride home. No, that's not true, because Kyle's buying McDonald's for all 4 of us. Yeah, you are.
He said, nah.
Yeah, you know why you are? Let me tell you something, because my biggest pet peeve of Kyle, I said this to Mock on the way here. And
You
I said
still
it to
owe me
Kyle many
$100.
times. Kyle, when he doesn't have any money, likes to look at you in the car and go, I really wish I had money to afford food right now.
But when he does,
knowing that guy can bring home gallons of stacker sauce, and you know what? Let me tell you something. This is a shitty friend that Kyle is. Chris, you've worked with Kyle. You currently
See,
work with
but
Kyle.
Burger King is not something that I'm bringing home to my boys. Like, all right, we about to eat.
No.
We about to eat real good tonight. No, we
I'm
not. We about to
asking you
eat
to
some
bring it home.
cold
I'm not asking you to
Whoppers.
bring it home. This is a more nostalgic thing. This is a more this runs deep. I'll get personal. It runs deep to my passed away mother. This is what it gets deep to, and Kyle knows this. Cheesy Tots mean the world to me because of that. It's something that I shared with my mom, and when they come back, it gives me that nostalgic feeling. So Kyle has one task. I pick him up whenever he needs it. Don't ask questions. I just want to know when Cheesy Tots are back. Cheesy Tots came back on Tuesday.
Yeah,
I found out on Sunday they came back because I went to a Burger King and saw them on the menu. I hope James Conner tears both
not even
ACLs
a bacon
and
cheese
gets
tots either.
another
It's
brain
just
cancer
straight
tumor.
cheese.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just fucking with you. That's fucked up. But honestly, Joel Embiid can die.
That's all right.
So I'm just kidding with you. So
You're just mad because they're better than the Raptors this year.
Who?
He said I'm
mad because the Sixers are better than
he
the
said
Raptors.
I'm mad. Because I said that was okay.
All right, what you got? So you got blue, which is choose any sport. So pick a sport.
I'll take baseball.
All right, and white is front your foes.
All right.
That's an easy one.
Chris Woodyard.
Bartolo Colon.
I think mine would be. I was really upset when Jose Reyes went to the Marlins. I was.
Could do the curveball too, though. Did the Jason Worth thing.
Kind of loves Jason Worth.
I hate Jason Worth with every pulse beating in my heart.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up the wheel here. We've run well past our time here. It's 11:08. We still have how much donut stuff we got left?
Just
I
enough
mean,
to
we all
finish
got a
right
shot
now.
right now, though.
I don't.
I don't have one either. I could
So
really
real
use
quick, we got pick'ems that we were supposed to do before.
Oh, well,
who cares?
Well, there's been some movement.
I'm pretty sure I'm in fifth.
First place at 54-35 right now is Down with Mock.
I picked the Broncos to be the Chiefs, so I know I'm in last.
I know. No, you're not in last.
Last for people who picked every week.
I am in second place at 52-37.
Can't guarantee that. You don't know the names.
Well, I'm get it.
You don't know the names.
I know my name.
No. You can't just assume you know one name, but you don't know the other 5 names.
Just Win Baby is 51-38 in third place. Nose Picker is in fourth at 48-41. The Mass is in fifth.
That's me. It's bullshit, man.
45-44.
What's my record?
You take somebody's name on the show and you finish in fifth place.
What's my record?
45-44.
That's
Ooh,
very
that's not
funny.
good.
And J Mart just hanging in the rear there at a 35-54.
What are you, 45 and 44? Above 500, baby.
Yep.
Can I just say
I
one
skipped
quick
the weekend
thing?
pick'ems though.
There was an article the other day about Le'Veon Bell. He had an interview with a reporter.
So, Mark, where can they find us?
He said he regrets what he did with Pittsburgh.
So I don't buy that.
It cost him a lot of money.
Real quick, I want honest answers because we can look it up. If we look it up, it gets. I'm going to tell you right now, it gets triple worse. The punishment gets triple worse. Has anybody on the show, Mass, Mock, Shane Washable,
nope,
the man of many names, Cake Souls, Faggot Souls, all of them, and the Fag Baron, have any of you guys picked against your team so far this year?
No.
Never.
Excellent.
I don't think I have.
So we need to
If anyone was going to, it'd be Mass because he secretly hates the Rams.
100%.
I
I was
also
just
picked
thinking
against the Ravens every time.
Wow.
That's just stupid.
Except
I'm
one
checking
because they
pick'ems
played
real quick.
the Dolphins.
So not every time.
Played the Dolphins.
So
I
not
left
every
Shoe
time.
could beat the Dolphins.
Just fart.
No, but I've been farting all night.
Don't fart.
On the low, silent farts, too. Those deadly.
Just throwing that out there.
So,
Big time.
real quick, let's do some beer reviews. I mean, we got a lot to review, so let's, real quick, we're going to do it around the horn on the review of
I have not picked against the Rams.
Okay. So, real quick, we're going to do a quick around the horn.
Yet.
Just so you guys know, there's no questions, we're doing the Big Money League next year.
I don't know what that is.
We're doing the Big Money Pick'em Leagues next year.
No.
Yeah. I need 10
So
people
what's the
and we're doing-
punishment for looking up your pick'ems?
No, not looking up your pick'ems. If you had picked against your team, the punishment would have been a shot of traditional private stock mixed with a full shot of donut private stock.
Well, Kendall
If you
kinda did that
lied
before.
and someone
Sipping on
found out
donuts
about
today.
it, it would have been a quadruple shot of 4 of each.
So should we look to see
Damn.
if Kyle lied?
4 of each. That's
I would never pick against the Steelers.
So, real quick, what'd you think of the 360 glazed donut?
Started off with a weird taste, ended on a good note. It went down smooth.
because the
Machine?
liquor building up.
the glazed donut was better than expected.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Mass.
Had water. I also had, what is it?
You have the glazed. No, we're doing the glazed,
donut
shot.
first.
Glazed donut. Bird leg rubbing alcohol. Tastes like a glazed donut.
Man, I can't wait till he has mountain medicine. He's gonna die.
Him and Pat both.
I
I've
might
never
not.
seen Kendall so excited. Kendall looked at me like he had just like the Steelers, Mets, and
He just got an
Rockets.
N64 for Christmas.
he said the glazed donut burned like rubbing alcohol.
Wait, what did you just say?
Said he just got an N64 for Christmas.
That's the greatest quote of all time. Because I got one of those for Christmas, and I want you to know right now, I peed a little. I won't even lie. I got the N64 with Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, and Super Smash
And
Bros.
WrestleMania 2000.
And I thought I was
Best
going to shit my pants. I got that on the
game.
GameCube.
Mario Kart Double Dash is the best Mario Kart of all time.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'll smoke anybody at this table with that in that game.
I will fight you on that.
I had Doom too.
Once we get the belt, it's over. It's all kinds of. What'd you think of the glazed donut?
Hold on, I gotta take a shower.
C.Youngblood _
Squirrel.
#5. Derek
The
Rose for
third.
the win.
He's Young Squirrel.
I mean,
Rapper name.
it's okay.
We
I
gotta
know
fin-
that
we gotta
chocolate
finish it,
one
though.
that was right next to it.
Yeah.
I know that shit is ass. I'm not
Well,
even.
chocolate vodka does not really seem like it would mix.
Yeah, like I'm.
You want to know
like,
something? The chocolate vodka is the 4th best-selling flavored vodka on the market.
Wow.
What are
Unreal.
the top 3?
I want to see pictures of the people who buy that. Like,
Do you really?
I could tell what you about to get into tonight, and that it'll make
The three-
sense after
the-
that.
So the 3rd best-selling flavored vodka on the market is Smirnoff it's 3 Olives Grape.
Classic.
2nd is Smirnoff Raspberry.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Stoli Orange.
Hilarious to be the number one.
You should drink a
I
lot
remember I
of
drinking
vanilla
Smirnoff
Smirnoff.
raspberry in the back
I
of
sell
class
on a
one
weekly basis to bars who order it by the bottle at a time. I sell 6 cases of Smirnoff Orange a week.
Wow.
We
Well,
sell so much of it. What did you think of the glazed donut, Red Brown?
you know what? For $10, it was.
Hold on.
Yeah, for $10 that.
Did Rebecca try the glazed donut?
Nah.
Yeah.
Rebecca shook her head no. So then she needs to try the glazed donut. There's
We
no.
gave her a shot. What'd she do with it?
She passed it.
All right, so then
passed
she
it
needs to do a
over.
shot. If she doesn't do a shot, then Kendall finishes the bottle. So that's how we're
Oh
gonna go with it.
shit!
Kendall, give us the review. Kyle, pour a shot of glazed donut for
I've
Rebecca.
had a lot of flavored vodkas in my day, especially ones that are kind of the out of the norm, like your s'mores, your this and
Remember
that,
the
your
red,
whipped
white,
cream.
blue Smirnoff?
Yeah.
I drank that alone. You guys all had girlfriends, and I didn't have anyone at the time. I drank that alone at the fireworks. I was pretty fucked up. I stole a couple cones.
But for a vodka being in that kind of territory, this was very tolerable. It was actually decent, you know. So
I
for the
thought it
price
was-
you pay,
Yeah, like it was literally decent. Like it wasn't like.
well, listen,
But for $10, it's a,
Right.
Here's the thing, though. Not even
You
for
get it.
$10, though.
That's
We're
good.
saying it was decent in terms of flavor overall across the board.
Yeah.
It was warm. I mean, imagine that shit ice cold. Probably go down like water.
yeah, I mean, that was
Great
very
in a
easy drink.
Jello shot.
I got minimal burn.
Nah, if it was a Jello shot, that shit would be trash.
No, but that shit would be great as a fucking like creme over a glazed donut.
You put that
Rebecca,
in
come
a
on.
strawberry Jello
Can you-
shot.
Rebecca, put the microphone in your face, please.
Doc is
Full
sleeping
effect.
outside.
Rebecca, you gotta do it.
Imagine a strawberry yam Jello shot.
What?
We have 5 seconds before Rebecca gets punched by Kyle.
Hey, I'm doing it
5, 4,
anyway.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's really good.
Everyone look at Rebecca's face.
Keep in mind, you grew up drinking Burnett's.
Yeah, pink lemonade, too.
They had a real emphasis on the glazed donut.
What'd you think? In the mic.
Fine.
It tastes like candy.
There you go.
Ooh,
It's a
Beer review
pretty good review.
No hooker, Thomas Filter.
It was good. The no filter was.
Is there any more of that left?
The
I
no
owe
hooker
one.
Thomas filter.
I owe one. Someone give me one. I owe one.
Uh,
The no hooker Thomas Filter. I guess it's better than the fucking Thomas Filter no hooker.
Fuck.
it was decent. It wasn't great, but.
Did they fall out of your second favorite brewery of all time?
It will forever be my second favorite brewery because
Why?
of the Super Double Dose Citra.
But Kyle,
Jetstar's turned the ball over again.
I want to ask you a quick question.
I stopped watching this so long ago because I
Let me
was
ask
just
you a
getting
quick
tight
question,
with
Kyle.
how trash they're playing. Like,
Would you rank no filter above Too Juicy?
No.
Would you rank it above Little Juicy?
No.
Oh, it was off
So
a
why
muff
is Two
punt.
Roads not ahead of Thomas Hooker?
Because I'm not a big fan of the other beer from Two Roads.
Right, I understand that, but you
What,
only
beer,
had
what,
two
what
Hooker-
other beers from Thomas Hooker are you a fan
Exactly.
Well, I
Thank you
haven't
very much.
tried them.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. So you know you love two beers. They're your two
So,
and three. in
okay,
terms
so
of
say
favorite.
you say that. What other brewery? I don't know, Black Hog. But like, I only like that one beer.
Black Hog is probably your third favorite brewery. You've only had one beer from there that you've been like,
So
I need to
even
find
still-
it. And then when you have it on your beer review, you're going to be like, it's alright. I mean, it was kind of too, like, mermaidy for me. I didn't really like it.
Super Double Citra.
The aroma was very off.
Oh, they took Brady out.
It was not.
Why wouldn't they?
It didn't taste
They
like.
never take Brady
The
out.
tropical
That guy
fruit,
right there is the future quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah.
the tropical fruit didn't get to me like it said, but it's whatever.
No, that's going to be the future.
Do we
starter.
credit the New England Patriots at all that we have two legitimate, like, playoff contending starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
Yeah, I think that combined Patriots quarterbacks have 2 losses.
I think
this season.
Brissett's better than Garoppolo.
Yes.
No. I disagree.
Garoppolo's not a good quarterback.
Brissett has better weapons.
All right.
Brissett has
Garoppolo's
better-
being carried by his defense.
Why do
Brissett
refs
has
just
better-
get fucked up like
Brissett
that,
has
though?
better weapons and the ability to run a lot more than Garoppolo. That doesn't make him a better quarterback. It just makes him a
See, here's
more
the thing.
athletic quarterback.
He has fucking Jared, or he has
Hold
fucking
on.
George Kittle.
Is
though.
Lamar Jackson a better quarterback? I want this honestly. Is Lamar Jackson a better quarterback than Phillip Rivers?
No.
Yes.
Why? He's produced way more wins over the past
Right
2
now,
years than Phillip Rivers.
right now, yes.
He's not. He's a more athletic quarterback. If you took away his running ability, would-
But that's not a fair argument either. You can't.
It is.
If
Lamar
you take away
Jackson
Philip
better than
Rivers'
Russell
arm,
Wilson?
No, that's not because that's a quarterback
but even
trait.
still,
It's a quarterback
Philip
trait.
Rivers has better weapons.
Is Lamar Jackson better than Russell Wilson? They have pretty
No.
much the same kind of weapons.
No. Nowhere close.
Not even close. But that's comparing two mobile quarterbacks. Though we're talking about Brissett versus Garoppolo. Brissett has better weapons. If you took away his mobility, he would still have better weapons.
I don't think he has a better running back. You have Tevin
Yes, he
Coleman and
does.
Matt Breida in the backfield. I think those are just as good as what's his
Jimmy
face?
Garoppolo knows how to win games.
But that doesn't.
Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't won
that
a
doesn't
game for
take-
them
no,
this
but that
year.
doesn't affect his quarterback skill.
They're 6-0.
The best thing that
He
Garoppolo
hasn't
has
won
is
them
defense.
this a game.
The best thing that, but if we're talking just on the offensive side of the ball, on terms of receivers and tight ends, George Kittle, then who?
Nobody.
On the Colts.
You got Ty. You got Ebron. You got who's the second receiver over there?
Josh
But you
Duran.
just named two right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna.
And the Colts have a better defense than the 49ers.
That's just provably wrong.
It's not. And they have a better offensive line.
I won't argue with that.
I think Jimmy Garoppolo, he might not make it look pretty, but he'll get to win.
What would
But
Brett-
he's not
what-
gonna win
what would-
you
What
games.
would Brett Favre
He's
and Peyton
6-0.
Manning have done if they had the Patriots
He's not
offensive
6-0.
line for
The
16
team
years?
is 6-0. That defense has carried them through every single
Okay.
win
How
they've
many,
got.
yards,
Okay.
no, how many yards would Peyton Manning have thrown for if he had the Patriots' offensive line for 16 years? If he had Brady's offensive line for 16 years,
If he had the offensive line coach.
What was Jimmy Garoppolo's
if he
record
had
last
the
year before he got
offensive
hurt?
line,
Okay.
if he had the production from the offensive line that Brady has had, would Peyton Manning have had 4,000 more yards?
Probably.
Would Peyton Manning still potentially be playing in the NFL?
Probably.
Now,
You
last
can't
year,
just count.
last year when Garoppolo got hurt, what was their record?
I'm not saying that he
2 and
doesn't
2.
make the team better. I'm saying he doesn't cause them to win. He is not that person that's going to lead them down on a 2-minute drive to win them the game. That is not who Jimmy Garoppolo
They beat the
is.
Steelers because of him.
And yet, Jimmy Garoppolo is better, has a better record and a better team than every other team at this table.
It's not because of him.
Does it matter?
Yeah, that's the whole fucking point we're making right now.
But does it really matter, though?
Are you talking about better quarterbacks or better teams? What was your initial question? Your initial question was
Let me
better
ask you a
quarterbacks.
question. Would Tom Brady's quarterback status, his legacy as a quarterback, be changed if Vinatieri missed all those kicks in the 2000s?
Yes.
So then why do we change? So why are we arguing about Garoppolo's quarterback status?
Because you asked about who's a better quarterback.
But you just told me right there that
His legacy would have changed because he wouldn't have won as many Super Bowls.
So would he be considered the greatest quarterback of all time?
Probably not.
Wow.
Thank you right there. Everything else goes into it.
Your
Brady
question-
is considered by most as the greatest quarterback of all time. And a large portion of that is because of the Super Bowl wins and the overall record. If Vinatieri missed all those field goals...
Vinatieri won them 2 Super Bowls.
Okay, but still, if Vinatieri missed those field goals, they would be kind of what's
Tom Brady still drove them back.
6-3.
Let's see, they've been 9
They
times.
lost to the Giants twice and the Eagles, right? Yeah. So they'd be 6-3. So that would change them to 4-5. Does that change Tom Brady's? Does it change the argument from Tom Brady as being the best quarterback of all time?
It takes him out of the guaranteed status of it. Yeah, I'd still say he's in the argument for it.
I don't think so. I don't. 4-5. That is the living argument for the legitimate portion of the NBA fan base as to why LeBron's not better than Michael Jordan, because of LeBron's record in the finals versus Michael Jordan's. Michael Jordan's 6-0 and LeBron is 3-6. 3-5.
But Tom Brady has drug corpses of teams across the finish line. He carried that team to almost win the game against the Eagles. There was no other team around him that day. He drove for 500 yards that day to try and fucking win them that game.
And if he had won it, he would have been cemented as the best quarterback of all time.
He is the greatest quarterback of all time.
But he would have been cemented as it.
He's already cemented.
No. Because there's people like Kendall who will argue it forever. But if Tom Brady
Kendall can be wrong. That's all right.
But if Tom Brady had beaten those Eagles...
He's not the greatest of all time. He's the greatest playoff quarterback of all time. I mean, there's too much history of the NFL to be argued as a definitive answer. It's just there's no way that he's the greatest of all time.
Who's the greatest of all time, Kendall?
It can't be. There's
Who's the greatest of all
three
time?
tiers. There's 3 tiers. Until a quarterback goes out and has a better season. Peyton Manning has thrown a 40+ touchdown season in a regular season more than twice.
Shit when it matters.
Here's the bottom line.
Brady wins when it matters.
Mark, what's your beer review?
The Infinite Universe is fantastic. I like it a lot.
All right, so
I like it a lot.
Tell me to give me my beer journal.
Oh no, did I not? I thought I made it out of the bag. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I've had both these beers in my journal before, so...
Oh, my sincerest apologies. I am a whore. Am I next? I'm an attention whore. Am I next?
Jared Goff is right up there with Trubisky.
Jared Goff is what?
Right up there with Trubisky.
Yeah.
Trubisky might miss wide open passes, but at least he doesn't get shaken when he gets hit.
That's true. He's shaking all the time.
That's not true.
Bless you.
He's just stupid. Mass, so you had the Twisted Monkey again?
I did.
You reviewed it last week, but give us another review.
I like this beer a lot. Very,
I thought I was going to leave it.
I like this beer a lot.
I was going to jump right over Chris to beat the shit out of Chris.
Very smooth. I hate mango. My second least favorite fruit. This...
All right, behind?
Peach.
Good call. Fuck both of you.
Where'd you get that
What's your favorite fruit?
Pine cone.
Mine?
I didn't
Grapes.
see all that.
Huh?
Grapes.
No, for flavor. No, not eating just the fruit. It's got to be for flavor.
Grapes.
Flavor. All right, name me 5 grape things you like that are not just grapes. Jelly doesn't count because that's just fucking grapes.
Jelly beans.
You like grape jelly beans over
Grape jelly beans.
Okay.
Blow pops.
Let me tell you something. Now that Mock has his own house, I cannot wait for that glitter explosion package. Okay, especially, too, because you can put Funko Pop labels on it.
Oh, I know the weight.
Guess
Why
what?
do you know the weight?
Mock, they put stuff
I have
in the
200
box.
of them.
They put stuff in the box.
I know, but I got that weight dialed.
He's gonna give you a Funko Pop
No, Mark,
with the explosion.
There's a company that you can literally go online.
No, I know.
Order the thing. They'll put it in the box with a glitter explosion.
No, I know.
You won't know the weight difference.
Oh, I'll know.
No, you won't.
I know.
Is it a cool Funko Pop in it?
So anyways,
No,
Chris,
there's no Funko Pop in it.
Why
Chris,
not?
how was your...
No. There's a company out there that does it with Funko Pops and other things. They'll put like a Squirtle Funko Pop if I pick it. I'll pay for the Squirtle Funko Pop. And
Oi.
then I'll pay for the glitter explosion.
We got a beer
and
review
then they'll
going on
ship it.
here. We got a beer review going on here.
Oh, sorry. You had the Japanese fighting beer.
Hadouken.
Yeah, I don't even know who this dude
From the
is.
worst brewery in Connecticut. Second worst.
What's the worst?
It was
Powder Hollow.
It was alright. Like it wasn't bad. Like it was worth me buying it, but it wasn't
How much
like.
you pay for it?
How much was this?
Like $3.
Not worth it.
Wasn't.
I can promise you it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't bad. Like it was drinkable. Like, I wouldn't be mad if someone handed
Was
me
it
this. I'd
drinkable
be like,
because you drank it, or was it drinkable because you enjoyed it?
Sorry, I didn't know Kendall
It's a
switched
mixture
seats.
of both. It's like 50-50.
What?
I didn't know Kendall switched seats.
What you talking about?
Oh, it's drinkable. Like, I would drink it.
Like, if someone handed me this, I'll take it. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, nah, like, I'm not messing with that.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Because it's certain beers that you like, nah, I'm not going to drink that. Like, this, I'll drink it. If it's like,
somebody
if
handed
it's
it to you?
around, if it's around, I'll drink it. But, like, if I see it in the store, I'm like, nah. I could probably find something better than this, but, like, it's not bad. Like,
that's the mantra.
Red Baron?
I had two today, courtesy of the Souls. I had Mysterious Haze, or Mistress Haze, as I mentioned very early in the show, from Spunny Nose from New Hampshire. 6.7%. It was like about a $3 to $4 purchase. Amber in color. It's a New England IPA. Floral in aroma and flavor. It's very average. For a New England IPA, it wasn't really super tasty. I mean, it was good, but it was nothing special at all. 2 stars, doubtful I'd get it again. And very funny from, we just talked about it, from Shabine in Connecticut. I had Smoothie Shop, 6.4%. It's a milkshake IPA. I've been searching for a milkshake IPA that I liked. I mean, this one, like, for me, I thought it was going to hit all those spots. Had, like, this lemon aspect to it. It was very smooth tasting, but it didn't really taste like much of anything. 2 stars, doubtful. A slight lemon taste and scent would be the only redeeming aspects of it. So, sorry, Shabine. Sorry, Milkshake IPA. I'm still waiting for you.
I have the Omnigang 20th Anniversary Ale, which is a bourbon barrel-aged Belgian-style dark ale from Omnigang, as mentioned. Undisclosed percentage because it varies based on barrel. This was bottled in 2017. It was very good. It was had kind of like a coppery smell. For those of you who
interesting.
smell copper.
I like
It's
the
got a
Chinese.
coppery smell, but it had, on the flavor profile, it had a maltiness with a mild sweetness, very slight earthy tones. I'd give it 4.5 stars. I would absolutely buy it if I ever saw it. Finishing out with the Victory No Brainer. It's just an IPA. It's just a standard run-of-the-mill IPA. It's probably like right underneath a Goose IPA. I think Goose is like kind of like the best regularly available IPA on the market. If you're not counting like your local like homers. I mean, I'd give it 3 stars. I'd get it again. I mean, it's a good IPA. It's just it's not overly hoppy. It's not overly citrusy. It's not underly citrusy, underly hoppy. Just run of the mill. Not bad. Good again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Machine, where can they find us?
Be sure to find us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk. Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for high daily uses.
Be sure to subscribe on Podbean, iTunes.
Is there a 100% chance they heard that?
Yeah, that's a chance I heard it.
Because Mass, I'm pretty sure I said fuck you in the ass.
Subscribe on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify.
Also Spreaker.
Find us on Spreaker. I'm missing one. I can't think of the last
What'd
one
you
I'm
say?
missing.
Say it again?
Subscribe on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And
Also
Spreaker.
Well, by us being on Spreaker, we're on literally everything. Everything you didn't mention, we're still on.
Yeah. Check out the Peter Pino Show this Wednesday night, 7:30 to 10:30.
On Spreaker.
It will be on Spreaker.
And also on Spreaker.
Remember, we have a new Orlando Magic fan.
Rebecca, the rosy cheeks. We're really sorry for the next 40 years of your endurance.
Welcome to the lottery. Bless you.
Chris, where can they find you?
_white.chris on Instagram. @ChillCuz on Xbox. Play me in Call of Duty.
How many Z's in Chill Cuz?
Just one. And
So
the I is
CHIL.
the I is the number 1.
So CH1LLCUZ.
Yes, sir.
Xbox Gamer Tag.
Yes, sir.
He challenges everybody that's listening to Xbox.
2K, Call
I
play shooters first. Call of Duty,
NHL.
Borderlands, NHL. I ain't get that yet.
I'll meet you
but-
up for Borderlands.
I mean, this guy is challenging
GTA,
the NBA Live 06 right
GTA.
now.
Listen, we could play 2K1 with AI on the cover. I'll bring out the old school game.
Dude, but real quick, let's just talk. NBA Live, Dwayne Wade, I think it was the
06.
05 edition.
It was 06.
That
I
was
think.
by far my favorite NBA game ever. Because NBA Live did the whole thing where, so like in NBA 2K, you do the thing where it's like you get the high flyer package type of thing, but you have to like do something with the joystick. Well, when you were doing it in NBA Live, I played on the Xbox at that point. I'm a PS4 guy now, but when you played on the Xbox, it was like if you were a high flyer, all you had to do was like tap X twice, and you did a window. Or if you were like
You had a high flyer thing by your feet.
right, but but there were players that had like switch guys. So like for like Derrick Rose, for example, he would have probably had the high flyer, but he probably also would have had like 3-point, and he probably also would have playmaker. So you could switch between the things and annihilate what you wanted to do.
That shit was
Fucking
crazy.
Insane.
Shit was crazy. The dribble combos in NBA Live used to be crazy.
NBA Live 06 was
They
probably
get
one
a
of the
speed
greatest
boost.
basketball games to ever be played. That, in my opinion, it'd be a tie between NBA Live 06 and NBA 2K2. Because NBA 2K2 was the first basketball game, and really, honestly, the only basketball game that was effortless in its ability to create your own fantasy type of team. You could just go in, do a fantasy draft, and make it so that you have the first, like, 15 picks. And you could do, like, Shaq, AI, Kobe, Jordan, and McGrady, and just go fucking ham.
Should be unfair. Like,
Hold on, is that empty?
You want 82 of them.
Bring it this way. We all want some.
Bottle's real sticky.
Yeah, we heard that.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
We heard that. Make sure to follow us, as Mock said before, though. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Getting Sports with Drunk, GSWD_4, hashtag your mother, whatever you find us on. But, you know, as have mentioned, I think for the past about 7 straight thousand weeks, we're hoping to get more content. I'm still waiting on all these fucktards over here to give us content. What are you putting your hands up for? I'm not going to give you the content to make. Make up your own content.
I made up an hour's worth of content today.
No, I'm talking about for social media.
Oh.
I've said this plenty of times. Kyle's like, I got this. I'll give it to you in about 8 weeks after I forget.
I'm not good with that.
Here's the thing. I don't want to keep continuously reposting things I find from other sports posts. I don't want to just, last week when I went on Instagram, our last 5 posts were power rankings, which should be coming hopefully tomorrow, and cans. I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be a thing. I want us all to come up with something.
Well,
so starting this week, as of tomorrow, from now on, moving forward, Souls, you have Tuesdays.
Well, starting tomorrow, I will be posting a FanDuel team for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's on your Instagram. You're going to do it by mistake and never going to post it on the Getting Sports Instagram, so it won't matter.
Well, you're going to help me because I'm not good with this stuff.
Tuesdays is Souls. Wednesdays is Mock Washable. Thursdays is Chris falling over in the bathroom. Thursdays are going to be Chris. Fridays will be Kendall. Mondays will be Paul. And the weekends we'll come up with collaborative content and things moving forward. But you guys know your dates. Send me stuff. I don't care if it's even just something you found and just say, hey, this is a picture. Can you post it for me? Not do it. We need more content.
Amen.
Our viewers love us. They want us consistently. Let's give it to them SVU style. Unwanted.
I like to hear that.
Maxine, did you have a good time tonight?
I did.
Souls?
Yerp.
Chris, did you enjoy your first time on the show?
Sipping on donut tonight.
Any chance you'll be back again?
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
Of
This
course.
is the first time we've ever gotten that.
If I could get off work, I'm here.
Well, I'm pretty sure starting
And that's
like
up to
November.
Kyle. That's up to Kyle to pull those strings.
So, Kyle, stop being a fucking dick.
I like the schedule.
Here's the thing. You know why I know you're not going to be on the show again?
I'm gonna be here.
It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. I have witnessed firsthand, sitting in a recliner in Kyle's room, Kyle go into the bathroom with the door open, sit on the toilet, pants down, because he's actually going to the bathroom, calling Angel, who I'm sure you know very well.
Yep.
Calls Angel and goes, yeah, Angel, I don't really feel good. I can't come in today. Unless you need me to come in. That's the way he calls out. I can't come in unless you really need me. Yeah, I really do need you, Kyle.
They
All
always
right, I'll
gonna
be
need
there.
you. They
I'll
always
be
gonna
there
need you.
30 minutes early.
I couldn't call out.
They always gonna need you. When you there, things go smoother. Like
Kyle, I understand that, but how many times has Mock and I told you that once you pass that 10-hour plateau, overtime's not worth it?
We gotta go.
Yeah, Yeah, we do. It's 11:30.
We gotta go.
It's 11:30. We're at the halfway mark. Let's take a break. We'll come back now. Chris, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you.
I hope you enjoyed the time.
Appreciate you guys having
me. We know we're a little overwhelming. The drunk aspect was more than real.
We got
we bring the heat.
We gotta take one more shot.
Yeah, we do.
Sipping on donut today.
Hey, listen.
No, Mask, come on.
He said.
This is actually a historic moment. Only in GSWD history, I think it's been only 2 or 3 official full bottle cleanouts from a quote unquote private stock.
Well, so we hit the OPA pretty hard.
That's the OPA, and I think this.
Do you have a shot?
I don't.
There's not enough in your first shot.
Just drink it.
No. I would rather Mock do the shot than you, and that's not a shot at you.
Take a shot of some Snapple.
Just drink it.
Push it down. Give it to Mock.
Here's the deal. Give this
Just
to Mock.
drink it.
Give that to Mock. Give me a shot of the real private stock.
Oh, shit.
Souls, do you have a shot?
That real private stock.
Souls? All right, Souls is doing real private stock.
Oh, stop.
No, don't do the half shot bullshit.
I'm splitting with him. Just drink it.
All right. No one's getting rides home. Kendall, you and I are going together.
Hey.
You're going to Pittsburgh tonight. You
I'm
don't have
in.
a shot either?
I don't have a shot either, but that's right. I got nothing.
This is terrible. What does this show become?
That's right. We should after the show goes off, I'll be drinking a lot more. So, I'll have the.
All right, so we'll just do the shots then. Everyone, just whoever has them, throw them up.
There you go. I'll give you some.
Chris, thank you for coming. Do your shots, celebrations,
Here.
congratulations. Tune in next week, Monday, 8-ish to 11-ish, Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm not really sure what we'll cover next week. We got a Jeopardy episode coming soon. It's been in the works for a while, but...
Jeopardy's next week.
Is it next week? Yeah. All right, so we're going to do Jeopardy next week then, if everyone's going to be here. Until then, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mock.
Sheen Washable.
Yep.
Kickwick Soul.
_y.chris on Instagram. Follow me.
The Mask Chris Massey.
And the Red Baron.
Yeah.